What up? What up? What up, world? We are back. This is Get Right Fantasy Network. I'm Anthony, aka Rasta. I'm here with my boy Mike. What's up, Mike? Classic in the
What
house. How you
up?
doing, man?
Good, man. It's Friday. Let's do it.
It is Friday. As you guys see above, home of the Friday night mocks. I'm already excited for next off season to kick that whole thing off. That's how we met a lot of these people and how this channel kind of started. Um, but yeah, man, week 11. We're here. We're heading into the weekend. It's time to roll those sleeves up, man. This is the time we do that. We're gonna go through all the injuries, the actives, inactives, and we're gonna find out who we're gonna start and who we're gonna sit to try to get us a win this week. So, without any further ado, Mike, how's your Friday going, man?
Good, man. It's a normal Friday. Excited for the
I know.
weekend. Short
Been
work week. Can't wait.
Absolutely. Been plugging those injury updates all day long.
Hell yeah. Oh, I finally
Appreciate
got the
you.
app working.
Yes. So that's nice. So we're getting the benefit of that. Part of the Get Right community. Make sure you get in that description and go down to the Get Right Fantasy Network sleeper, private sleeper channel. Make sure you get in there. We do a ton of stuff in there, a lot of perks for being part of the community. It's free, so go in there, do it, take advantage, and come hang out, man. It's a growing community. Um, we're gonna go through start sits. We're gonna get to your guys' questions. Um, before we do that, got to give a shout out, man, to our sponsor, UnderdogFantasy.com. Go in there, man. Make your first deposit. Check them out, and they're gonna match it 100% up to $100. So if you like free money, go to underdogfantasy.com, use that promo code get right and get that 100% match up to $100. They have daily drafts that you have going on. Well, for each week, you can do a best ball for each week. They have pick'ems, over under, rivalry picks. It's a lot of fun, so definitely check them out. All right, man. You want to do the Magoat's interesting fact of the day? I'm kind of tired of hearing myself talk already a little
Sure.
bit here.
Yeah. No, we got Magoat's interesting fact of the day. The Massachusetts Minutemen only played 4 games in 2020. Through those 4 games, UMass was outscored by their opponent 161 to 12. Wow, including just 2 trips to the red zone. Ugh,
Ooh,
ugh. Yeah,
that's
that
brutal.
hurts.
That's
Yeah,
brutal.
it's brutal.
So big shout out to Magoats for Cody out there, man. We really appreciate you starting our days off with your interesting facts of the day. He had a baseball one the other day, so that was fun. So again, these are the things you get being part of that Get Right community. Our ambassadors, man, big shout out to them. We couldn't have, done the Friday night mocks without them. So again, just a big shout out there. Um, Last little plug we'll get in there. As you guys see scrolling down there at the bottom, Get Right, along with a lot of other partners here from the community that have stepped up big time. We're going to be donating to the St. Jude's Children's Foundation for every new subscriber that we get between now and December 1st. Well, actually, we've been doing this for a few weeks now. So we were at 241 subscribers. So from that point until December 1st, whatever we end at, I think at this point it's basically at almost $3 is what it kind of equates out to for
Yeah.
every new subscriber. That's going to be having a donation to the St. Jude Children's Foundation. So again, we appreciate the support. If you're joining us here tonight, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and it's definitely going to be for a good cause. Not only that, we're going to help you out with your fantasy football questions between now and the time you bring home that belt. So, almost getting into the stuff. Just want to give a shout out to everybody in here. And I don't know that the reason it did this, but for some reason,
Yeah, it
when we
we
first
had
put up
different
the
ones.
stream, there was
Yeah.
people in here calling first from 2 days ago when we first put up the stream. So it's a lot of fun, man, doing this show and seeing that kind of stuff going down. So shout out to everybody there. And of course, as you guys know, Frank and Dustin aren't usually here on a Friday night. But of course, they'll be popping in the chats, I'm sure, as the night goes on. So shout out to Jonah with our first comment in here, um, saying he was going to stick with Knox, and Henry also has a huge week in trades for him, which he'll get into details when the show actually starts. So
Oh, that was
get
Jonah. Okay.
so get prepared for that. And big shout out to Dim Boys, one of our people in here that is matching our donation, or Dustin's donation to the St. Jude's Children's Foundation, on behalf of Get Right. So shout out to Dim Boys and his family. He says he has a question right off the bat, man. So we'll get into it. Kirk with no Hop, or Gallup with no Amari this week. What do you say?
Yeah. That's a great question. I mean, honestly, for me, I might aim a little bit more towards Gallup, just because better quarterback. Not saying that Murray isn't a good quarterback. The problem with Murray is we don't know if he's going to play. He's still more of a game time decision. With their bye week, it's still a little up in the air. If they will play him, for me, I feel like they won't. And even if they do, I don't know if they're going to push him to the limit, like he normally is. Gallup's just in a better spot, better quarterback. They had a good week. I just feel a little bit, stronger about him than I would Kirk, even though I really do like Christian Kirk. So.
Mike, we all know you are a closet Cowboy fan, so of course you're going to go with Gallup. And Dim Boys, I'm going to say Kirk. Um, just because, again, we know Mike, what he's up to. You open
Hey,
his
man,
closet
I run Kirk most of the time.
behind
I
all
have
that
Kirk on my
Giants
own team.
gear
Yeah,
is a Cowboys jersey, an Aikman
Yeah.
jersey hanging right in there like a shrine. I'm just messing
You'll
with you,
never
man.
see it in my room.
Oh,
my
man.
God. Well, I also hate that the Kansas City Chiefs suck. So at defense. So I'm just more. I just feel better in that matchup.
That's hilarious. Them boys are saying we better be doing those mocks the Friday after the Super Bowl. So we
I'm
will
taking a
definitely
break.
have our way too early Friday night mocks. I think that's the only way to celebrate the first Friday of no more football for the end of the season. So yes, Dim boys, you can register now for that first Friday night mock. So it'll be me and you, and we'll see who else wants to get in that first mock. We'll have to get your notepad out, Dim boys, and we'll get that going. So yeah, there's one more question here, and we'll start to get to our show here. Pick two: Ertz, Pollard, Singletary, Crowder, or Callaway. So which two you grabbing out of here? No big explanation. Just give me a quick two.
No, I get you.
And because we'll break it down more when we get to our breakdowns.
Yeah, I mean, Ertz and Crowder are the only two that are really sticking out to me. I don't trust Callaway. Pollard I like, but I don't know. I feel more comfortable with Ertz and Crowder.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why you're going that way, but to me, I'll take my chances with Callaway. I mean, he hasn't been great. Obviously, he was a lot better with Winston, but again, I don't trust Flacco. Isn't that who's starting over there this week?
Yeah,
it's
but
just
he's the only one that I would trust. I mean, Flacco playing makes it's technically an upgrade for them, at quarterback. So I feel a little more comfortable playing wide receiver options. Just not, and especially the quick, safety valve guys. So he's one of those guys. He's an underneath route guy. So
definitely. Them boys is calling out the Get Right Nation, man. He's like, "Where you guys at?"
And then all of a sudden,
Says he's
everybody
in here,
pops in.
sitting here chatting with himself. I think it's because the Get Right Nation knows we're usually on late. We actually kind of started close to on time tonight at 9:30. Sometimes we don't get on till 10. So again, as you guys know, our true fans know we do this on the side. We got families and lives going on. So we're always here, but that time may vary just a bit. But again, we appreciate you guys for coming out, man, and enjoying the show with us. So Dim boys, we got Jonah in the house. We have Jay Media in the house. We got Dylan in the house. So Get Right's rolling in here. He says first trade he did was a 3-team trade where he gave up Chubb to one guy and received Najee from another, as well as giving up Cam Newton, and then traded Tua and Kamara for CMC. So to me, that sounds like a win there. Dim Boys
Wow.
is a follow-up to his question above, so if you throw, Tooney in that, do you go Gallup still over Tooney, or do you go, you still stay with Gallup in that situation?
Yeah, no, I'm probably sticking with either Gallup or Kirk over Tony.
Um, let me see. Yeah, I think,
I didn't do my rankings yet, but I don't see them up there.
yeah, I
Like I
mean,
see
I
them
don't
above Tony.
yeah, because I have Tony down here at 39,
Yeah,
and I have Kirk
I'd
still
have
at
Cook in the
25,
20s.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
I just like Kirk.
Excuse
I
me.
mean, I was looking up stats before, and I think he was in on 87% of the snaps, like the highest for all receivers. It was just, he's just a better option. I like him a lot, but I like Gallup, with the better, defense that they're facing. There's going to be a lot of points in that game.
Definitely. What's up, J Media? Saying what's up. We're in the
What's up, media?
house. Getting here for your start sits tonight. So keep the questions coming, guys. Um, Dylan saying is Myers a must start over Harris rest of season. Harris makes me nervous now. I assume that's Damian Harris.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it was it was
I
interesting. It was an interesting
yeah,
game.
I
I'm
can't
not gonna
even
read too
start
much into the
Myers.
Thursday game. He was coming off a concussion. I mean, I think they limited his touches.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens. Again, it is Belichick. It was a Thursday night game, so again, I wouldn't make too much rest of season, decisions right now. Let's play it
no,
out. We take it week by week, and we take the data in. So Dylan's saying it was a crazy stream on Wednesday.
no, I
S
watched it.
Yeah, so it was outrageous. So shout out to everybody there. Shout out to
Apparently, I was
Wilson.
there, so
Yeah, you were there. You were right with us apparently. Wilson saying, "What's up? What's up,
What up,
Wilson?"
Wilson?
One of our ambassadors. And let's see, Jonah saying Mark Ingram or Justin Jefferson in the flex this week. Wish I didn't start Stevenson, but too late for that. I think you
Yeah,
have to go Jefferson in a PPR,
yeah,
for sure. So I mean, it is a little bit of a
yeah.
tough matchup, but I mean,
I
Jefferson's a
mean,
stud. Start your
Ingram.
studs. Don't get too cute, man.
Yeah, I mean, Ingram's going to be getting a ton of volume. I mean, he's not a horrible option. I mean, he put up, I think, 18 points last week against the Texans or the Titans. So I don't feel like you have a bad option either way. I mean, the one thing that I can tell you is running backs are more guaranteed for touches compared to a wide receiver that you can't, you know, it's unknown how much he could get based on the concept that you're throwing the ball compared to handing the ball off.
Right.
Like Ingram has more opportunity for more points compared to Jefferson, who is just going to be running routes. And yeah, there's a possibility he catches it, but there's no probability that he can. I would feel more comfortable, or I guess the better answer is Mark Ingram is a lot safer than Justin Jefferson. Jefferson is definitely a ceiling guy. If you need something a little bit, it looks like that's what you need because Stevenson underproduced. So yeah, I'd
There it
probably
is.
go Jefferson.
Uh, Dar- Daryl Williams flex is keeping him up at night, says J Media. Do you go Daryl Williams versus Dallas or Devonta Foreman versus
Yeah,
Houston? So give me Daryl
that's
Williams. It doesn't look like
yeah.
CH is going to play this
No,
week.
he's not playing.
They'll hold him out and get that bye week under him. So I think you get one more week here, Daryl Williams. So,
I think you get
um,
the rest of the season with Darrell Williams.
ooh, bold take. We'll get to it a little bit later. Can't wait for
Yeah,
that segment. We'll get into that game. So Jonah says Ingram or AJ Brown. Give me Arthur
I'm
Juan
going.
there.
No, I'm going Ingram.
Ooh, do it to him.
Yeah.
And Wilson saying, do we start one T Higgins, Gallup, Jeff Wilson Jr. half PPR?
Oh,
Give me some Jeff Wilson
my name is Jeff.
Jr. So there it is, and we'll get into that game, of course. Looks like they're going to keep Eli Mitchell out, which is the smart thing for the
Mhm.
Mitchell owners. That's what you want. You don't want anything that's going to take him out of the playoffs here.
They
Although
should.
if Wilson shows out, which they're going against Jacksonville, ooh, I'm already talking about it too much. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. All right. So with that said, let's get into it, man. So week
Mhm.
11, we're here. Do we even want to talk about last night's game? I really
I
don't. We
really
have
don't want to.
uh teams on a bye week this week. We run the show. We don't have to if we don't want to. Uh teams on a bye this week are the Broncos and the Rams. So obviously get those guys out of your lineups. If you are the lucky guy who gets to go up against Cooper Cup this week, or the team that has
Yeah.
Cooper Cup, you lucked out. Obviously people are looking for replacements for Henderson. We're looking for replacements obviously for Cup. We're looking for replacements for, Melgo, possibly Javonte Williams,
Mhm.
um, you know, Sutton, Judy. These weren't too big, big of names that we're kind of missing. Teddy Bridgewater, but definitely on the Rams side is where we're probably hurting more. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions for people, that are looking to start guys replacing these people in their lineup. So with that said, Patriots, Falcons. I mean, we
Nothing
watched it, right?
happened. There was nothing that
So
happened.
we're
The
good, right?
Pats defense
All I have to
scored
say
the
is I
most
told you so about Matt Ryan. I've been telling you guys since Friday Night Mocks, don't mess with this whole Matt Ryan situation. Like, if you guys want to keep doing that to yourself every week, go ahead. You'll get a 30-point game out of him here and there. But when he gives you 0 and 6 and single
rest of
digits as a
season.
quarterback, just just move on.
Rest of
It's just
season, Jimmy or him.
just move on. Give me Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
you're
I'm
a
just saying.
Niners fan.
I'm just saying, like, I would pick almost like give me Trevor Lawrence over Matt Ryan.
Okay.
Like, at least you're consistently getting at least 10.
No worries.
And like,
I'm just
I'm just
wondering.
saying it. You know what you're getting at least with Trevor Lawrence. Like, Matt Ryan has all
I
the
have
potential, and he just does stupid stuff. And
I have a situation in my dynasty league where do I keep him or grab Garoppolo for close to nothing?
yeah, you grab Garoppolo because especially in
Yeah.
the dynasty, he'll be playing on another team next year.
Yeah. But
Um,
do you keep like Matt Ryan is
He's almost done. He's almost 40. He's done. He
he
rolled his
ain't
ankle,
almost
so he didn't look very good. I mean, it was all
I'm
bad.
talking about
So
for career, not, who's the better quarterback?
he'll be a backup forever. He's gonna be one of those guys. He's gonna
I
transition to that next
I
phase.
disagree.
He'll be like the next Fitzpatrick, somebody like a
Ooh.
bridge quarterback. He'll be kind of
Yeah,
that
but
guy you bring in for a year or two for the next like 5 years, and that's it.
I don't know.
See, even even Dustin, what's up, Dustin? Saying what's up to Wilson, and even he's telling you grab Garoppolo
Yeah,
too.
just telling me to grab. But
So yeah,
I don't know how
Wilson
much I
saying what's
agree.
up back.
But for the price that I have Ryan for it, it makes it, you know, I don't know.
Either way, you can work that out in your own time. All right, so let's get to the first game, man. In here we're 20 minutes in, not bad. We're gonna get to the first game. We have the Indianapolis Colts at the Buffalo Bills. Let me try that again. We have the Indianapolis Colts at the Buffalo Bills. We have the Bills favored by 7. It's a 49 and a half point over under. Two, fairly good teams coming in here. The Bills, obviously, defense is fantastic. Colts had a good defense. Their secondary was, kind of decimated at one point. Their offense is kind of looking better. Jonathan Taylor looks like the new RB1 of the
Oh
league
yeah, for sure.
potentially. And is Josh Allen that guy? We keep seeing flashes of him. And, again, up game, down game. It's kind of all over the place. So break it down, man. Let us know what we need to know here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Bills are coming off a big win versus the Jets. I mean, anyone can beat them. Facing the Colts that are coming off a big win as well. So I mean, I'm starting all options in this game. I mean, honestly, everyone seems to be healthy. The injury report I have is kind of limited. It doesn't have Friday in there, but I know from just my reports from this week that I've been throwing out there. The only person that is somewhat hobbled in some shape, way, or form is Trey Edwards, or sorry, no, Trayman Edmonds, who's the linebacker for them. And honestly, it's not the end of the world here. Cole Beasley doesn't have a tag anymore, even though he was limited in practice Thursday. I think he was a full on Friday. Otherwise, I'm starting all options here. Diggs, Allen, Sanders, Beasley, Knox. I'm fine with playing all of them. His question is the running backs for for Buffalo. If you had to put a gun to my head, I'd probably play Moss. I mean, he had 78% of the snaps last week compared to, Singletary that had, I think, only 20%. So
What,
I would probably
78? 78%?
no. So he only had 48% of the snaps.
Oh, okay. I think
Yeah.
you got excited and said 78, but that's okay.
Did
I
I
just
say
wanted to make sure.
78?
Yeah, I just
No, it
wanted
was
to
48. Yeah,
okay, I just wanted
it was
to
a lot
help the
lower.
people out there. They might call you
That's
out on
my
that, Mike,
bad.
so
No,
it's
that's
all good.
fine. I don't care
I
if they
saw your
do.
note, so I know, I was following this time.
No, yeah, he had hold on. He had 48 snaps. Let me double check. No,
Yeah.
he had 28 to Singletary's 22. That's fine. So either way, just play the guy that plays more. I like Singletary, even though he scored the touchdown last week compared to Moss. But if you're putting a gun to my head, I'm gonna have to go Moss. It's just the better option. You're playing JT every week. It doesn't matter. In this matchup. I'm also going to play Pittman. I mean, I understand the matchup stuff against White, but I think he has the ability and he's kind of earned his right to be a starter where you can start this guy every week. So I'm good with him. Wentz is the only one that I'm a little bit questionable about in the context of starting him or not. I don't feel comfortable, even though he's been doing well. But the Buffalo defense is good. So
There it is.
what about you?
Couple names that you didn't mention,
No, yeah,
Zach Pascal,
no,
T.Y. Hilton. What are we doing with
no.
these guys? Are
You
these
know
guys
me.
sits this week?
I'm never gonna mention T.Y. Hilton.
I just had to throw it out there,
It's
man.
just no. I
Leagues
get it.
where
There's
leagues where
no
people
point.
have these decisions, so,
No,
just at
Ty.
least tell them sit. There's other guys out there, at least tell them.
Yeah, for me, I'm not playing Hilton.
There it
You
is.
can't. There's nothing that you could tell me that could put him up in that particular position.
There it is.
I can't see it. He played
Uh,
yeah, he played 39 snaps, which is the least amount to any of the wide receivers on their team. And sorry, Dolan, who had 7, but beyond that, TY to me he's just not worth it. It's just
there it is. We all
he's
have our
getting old.
guys, man. We all have our guys.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
he's one of them.
yeah, see, Matt Ryan is my T.Y. Hilton, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there you go.
see, now you understand, right? Now you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh
so
yeah.
next game we have on the docket here, Baltimore Ravens at Chicago Bears. We have the Bears favored by 5.5, a 45-point over under. So yeah, tell me what's going on this in this game. Who we starting and who we sitting?
I mean, there's not a lot of options or not a lot of people that are out on the Ravens side of the ball. Everything looks good on their side. They're, coming in a little bit healthy. The Bears have Allen Robinson listed as doubtful, so it looks like he won't be playing in this particular game. I mean, doubtful gives him a 5% chance, but usually that 5% means he's not playing. Um, Akeem Hicks is also going to be out. That's the only reason why I'm mentioning in this particular injury on the defensive side. It's a huge hit to the Bears' run defense. He is a huge run stopper and a really good pass rusher as well. I think this kind of puts a boost to the Ravens side of the ball. So Lamar, it looks like Murray's coming back. Devontae Freeman is probably the better option just because he's healthy. You're going to be starting Mark Andrews without a problem. Wide receivers wise, I'm going to be starting Rashad Bateman over someone like Marquise Brown, who was just added to the injury report with a thigh injury. He didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday, but got in a limited session on Friday. So it came in a little bit late in the week. So I just feel a little bit more comfortable with someone like Bateman over someone like Brown. Bateman's been coming into his own lately. So I'm pretty comfortable with him at this point. He's definitely overtaken Sammy Watkins for sure. So, play your boy Bateman without a problem. Bears side of the ball.
I have him at 27 this week. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, that's a great spot to
And I
put him,
should move him up
honestly.
actually. I
Yeah.
could
I mean,
easily move him up
honestly,
like 4 or 5 more spots.
yeah. I mean, he's in a good spot. I like him for this game. Bears side, the only people that I'm really willing to play is Montgomery and Darnell Mooney. Um, you know, the Montgomery for the rest of the season, I feel very comfortable with. Darnell Mooney, I
Great
also.
schedule.
Oh yeah,
Great,
they have
great
such a
schedule.
great schedule. Honestly, like Darnell Mooney as well. He's a very good wide receiver. This is probably his matchup, to do well. Cole Kmet is also not a bad streaming option if you don't have many other options. But I mean, this isn't one of those weeks where we have a ton of tight ends that you need to cover for. So unless you're playing him in daily or you're short Noah Fant, I mean, that's the only way I'd really feel comfortable playing him. Just because I don't trust him that much. But otherwise, that's who I'm playing. And Wilson's asking right now, Bateman or Gallup. And honestly, I would probably go towards Bateman over Gallup.
Yeah, I
But
have Gallup at 40 and Bateman at 27 still,
I
so
wouldn't have
definitely
Gallup
going
that
Bateman.
low. No, Gallup's gonna be in
Mm,
my he's gonna be in my upper 30s, lower 20s compared to
mm,
Bateman.
I mean, maybe. I don't know
They're
if I
gonna be
can,
close, and it's because of
I might
Cooper.
have to
Cooper,
yeah, I was gonna say I might have to adjust that actually because I
yeah,
kinda have to adjust for Cooper. I took Cooper out, but I
CD up.
moved CD up to 4 this week without
Oh,
Cooper. I think he has a chance to
wow.
blow up.
Yeah, okay.
It's gonna be a shootout in Kansas City, man.
Oh,
I
yeah, for
think it's
sure.
gonna
I
be
want a piece of that offense. We're gonna talk about
Lamb
that.
is coming to his own, so
But
anyway,
honestly, I like Bateman there. I mean, Bateman's he's not a horrible option in this case. The Bears defense isn't that, strong at all, but, I like it.
it's good. And, how do you feel about, did you go into I didn't really hear too much talk about Justin Fields. How do you feel about
I
him?
no, no, not a big, I'm not a Fields fan, honestly. He hasn't shown me anything that's worth caring about. Yeah, he did okay against the Steelers, but nothing that I
He did okay
really.
against the Niners.
Yeah, still
I
not.
mean, he's starting to kinda come around,
Yeah, but
so
not yet. He's not someone I'm playing yet.
okay,
Yeah.
alright. So, anything else you wanna add on that?
No, I mean that game is, pretty one-sided, with players and not much.
I have, Fields at 18. I have him over Cam, Tua, which maybe I can move Tua ahead of him,
I was gonna say
and Daniel Jones.
I'd play Tua and Cam above Fields.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Tua for
I
sure.
mean, I don't think Cam coming in his second game against Washington. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel Fields is there, but we'll see. So
Yeah.
anyway, is what it is. All right. So let's see. We have Dustin in here saying, "Will I fight fight Matt Ryan live for the fans?" Nah. I don't have anything against I don't have anything against them. I'm just like like I
Just
believed
never liked him.
I was
Yeah.
like such a Matt Ryan truther that I kept just buying into it and buying into it. And I just this year I said I'm not going to subject myself to that this year. And I've had a much better fantasy year having no shares of Matt Ryan. And I just kind of sit back and laugh to all the Matt Ryan owners out there
Yeah.
because they're going through what I was
He's a
going through
lion
for like
mind.
the last 3 years. He was a guy I targeted ever since he won me one of my second to last championships. So that's why I had like a affinity for him. He was the guy that led me in. So
Yeah.
anyway, Wilson saying, should I someone drop Judy in his league today?
Nice.
Go pick him up.
Yeah, go get him.
Go pick him up. What's up? Shout out to George LeBron. Big shout out. He's kind of our YouTube link.
International.
Yeah, YouTube link ambassador. That's about as much detail as I can go into. All I can say is make sure you get into that Get Right Sleeper app. Make sure you hit that description. Come join the community, and you get additional perks being part of the community. It is free, so come check it out. So big shout out to LeBron there. He's saying trading away Gibson is a nightmare.
Yeah. Will be
Yeah,
for the rest of the season.
kind of is. Dustin kind of said it best. George, you're stuck with him like the rest of us. I unfortunately was so big on I was so big on Gibson heading into the year. I was so into him that I got 0 shares of him. I was trying to trade for him when he was doing bad early. Nobody wanted to, and I'm kind of glad they didn't at this point. So, moving on. Wilson saying he traded Carson 2 days ago for Renfro. You came up on that one. I told you guys
Yeah,
a
you
long
already
time
answered.
ago Carson wasn't coming back for the year, so
Oh, I could have told you that. I'm a friend of mine in my dynasty league traded a first round pick for him and Alex Collins, and I called him an idiot. And I literally texted him and said, "Do you enjoy being, just bent over a barrel? Like every time he trades, he tends to just enjoy giving up his best picks for the worst players in the world. He traded away Jalen Hurts for Carson Wentz, thinking it was a good idea, and gave away like a second round pick for him. And I sat there and I'm like, do you enjoy this? Like, do you enjoy just giving away your best players for the worst player?
hey,
No,
man, so
no, there is no justification for it.
every team needs those guys, is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's great.
If you know 11 of those guys, send them my way, we'll start a league,
Yeah, 11
as
is
long
different. 1 is enough to make you go nuts. And I sent him a text when he made that trade, and I went, "Dude, you do realize it's a season-ending slash career-ending injury, right? You do realize that." And he's like, "It's not career-ending. He'll be playing next week." This was 2 weeks ago. And
yeah.
I sat there and I told him, I'm like, "Dude, this is gonna end his season." And he's like, "No, it's not. He'll be fine." I texted him today. I texted him the exact screenshot that I send everybody today. And
I
I
love doing
said to
that.
him, I told him, I'm like, dude,
We have something wrong with us, Mike. We have something wrong with us. That's all it
we,
is.
we do.
It's all
But
good.
I was just like, you
Uh,
are a complete idiot.
Dixon making a bold prediction here. Mixon
Yeah.
RB1 finish rest of season.
I
I
don't
don't
know
really
about
like his schedule
RB1.
too much.
I'd say
Give me some.
RB3.
Mm,
I'm going
he
to
has
say
potential for top
RB3.
10. And coming into the year, you guys know
I'll say
that's
top
about
5.
all. It's about all the good I'm going to say
He's
about
top
Mixon.
5 right
So
now. No, I don't want to hear
we'll
it.
get to
Top
it.
5.
Timestamp it. Detroit Lions at Cleveland Browns. Browns are favored by 11.5. We have a 43.5 point over under. Um, Pretty much a
Just
stinker of a
another
game.
game.
Because on one side of the ball, you got the quarterback who's being held together by duct tape and
Jeez.
paper clips and staplers and things like that. On the other side of the ball, their quarterback that was terrible, the guy who couldn't even beat out like the worst quarterback in the
Yeah.
league at this point is now going to be starting for the other team. So, uh, um, let us know how this game's going to go. I think it's just going to be a
Yeah.
big Chubb game here. What do you
Yeah,
think?
this is going to be very one-sided. I mean, Lions are coming off the bye, or sorry, they're not coming off the bye. They should have, just because they ended up losing or tying. But Lions are coming off the tie versus the Steelers. That was a very interesting game. Browns coming off a really embarrassing loss to the Patriots. I was not expecting that at all. I know the Patriots are good, but I didn't know they were that good. Lions will be without Jared Goff this week, so that's going to be the big caveat to this. He's out with an oblique injury. They list him as doubtful. He's not playing. They're preparing to start Tim Boyle. So yay, should be fun. I'm playing the Steelers or the Browns defense. The DST play him. Baker is good to go. He's a little banged up, as we just said. He's being literally held together with duct tape. So it is what it is. Chubb's coming off the COVID-19 list, so he'll be back and ready to go on Sunday. They list him as questionable, but they always do that when they come off the COVID list. So don't stress too much. I'm playing all Browns that are available. You can even grab, Landry, and Dearness Johnson isn't a horrible, option. Even
What
with
about the Tell the People's Jones?
Oh
We
no,
starting him? You said everybody.
maybe Peoples Jones.
All right. Well, then
Wait, what?
don't
Let me
you
double
got to
check.
be careful, man. We're giving out
Main
fantasy advice
option.
here. I have to hold you to it. You can't say start everybody,
Well,
and then I tell
he
you one guy,
practiced
and you go,
limited.
no, not
No,
that guy,
I
Mike.
know
I
he
mean, come
was
on. We got to tell
limited.
the people.
Limited, did not practice. Limited, questionable. I don't know. I,
So,
he's
what
hurt
about
with the
Rashard
groin.
Higgins?
No,
No.
I don't like Higgins. I would
All
play
right.
the
I'm
tight
just
ends
saying, man.
before.
There's leagues out there that got these guys, man. They got to know are they starting them or they sitting them this week.
Fair point. So I'm gonna go. I would definitely go Hooper without question. The other two, no. I mean, the
Not
only
a
wide receiver
bad
out is
little
Shorts.
DFS play there too if you like to go
Who
cheap
Hooper?
tight end. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Hooper is a good low end DFS guy. But other than that, you're definitely playing their DST this week without question. The only line I'm safe playing is DeAndre Swift and possibly Hawkinson even after his goose this week or last week. I mean, that was incredible having guys like Hawkinson and Gesicki put up zeros for each of them. I'm still going to stick with it. I mean, he's still an elite quarterback. And when it comes to these backups, they like throwing to that tight end. So tight end and running back. So Swift and him should be fine. I don't trust Khalif Raymond or Amon St. Brown. Like they don't scream a good matchup. So
Yeah. Browns are about middle of the pack against the tight ends.
yeah,
Um, so yeah. All right. So let's get into the next one here. Um, Houston Texans at Tennessee Titans. We have the Titans favored by 10.5 with a 44.5 point over under. Um,
it's the same game just
it's
in a
kind of a
different
bad,
division.
bad week of kind of bad week of games we have going on this week. But
Yeah.
again, fantasy points will be scored. So tell us about it, man.
Yeah, there's
Tell
not
us.
much to analyze here. I mean, the only thing to tell you is on the Tennessee side of the ball, McNichols is the only one that's out and the only one that matters being, when it comes to injuries, he's going to be the only one that's going to be out on the Titans side. They do have a bunch of other injuries that are like mostly questionable guys, but they all look like they're heading towards playing. Last week we saw Deontay Foreman seems to be the back to own in Tennessee. He's getting a ton of the carries, looks good. He has burst. I saw some fantasy stat that apparently anytime he gets hit, he just goes straight down. Like he's like one of the few that does not try to break tackles or anything like that. He is literally just he has like 0 yards after the carry. Like he literally just goes straight
After first
down.
contact.
Yeah, once he gets contact, he goes straight down. So honestly, it's not a horrible option, but I mean, this kid's coming off an Achilles and a ACL tear. I mean, he's a great running. I remember seeing him, before he got hurt. He's a really good option in my opinion. So for him, it's going to be him and Peterson kind of splitting carries. Um, I like Foreman more than Peterson, but you know, make your decision there. It's kind of a coin flip. You're going to play Brown, you're going to play Tannehill. And also a nice sneaky play might be Marcus Johnson is one of the receivers for the Tennessee Titans. He's kind of like a little hidden gem that they've been kind of waiting on. So we'll see. Texans, you can only play Cooks, and that's like a break the glass option.
All right. Cooks is
Yeah.
actually one of those guys that I have ahead of whoever we were talking about earlier. Um, where was that? Rashad Bateman. So I actually have Cooks at
Oh,
26 and Bateman at 27, with
okay.
Kirk at 25 and Emmanuel 24, Devonta 23. If you want to check out my rankings, go to getrightff.com. They're there. You can see what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, not too much to add on this game. I won't waste any time. I will get here to a couple comments here. Dylan Cassidy saying I got offered Josh Jacobs and Pittman for Mixon. He already has McCaffrey and Damian Harris. I would not do that trade, Dylan. Stick with
No.
McCaffrey, or I'm sorry, stick with Mixon. I
No,
like the
no.
McCaffrey
No, no, no,
Mixon
no, 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 no,
backfield.
no. He has Jacobs, Pittman, McCaffrey, and Damian Harris. He's trading away Jacobs and Pittman for Mixon.
I read it as got offered Jacobs and Pittman for Mixon, so that means he has Mixon
Oh,
and he's being offered
yeah. Sorry,
Jacobs and Pittman.
I'm
It's
having a
okay.
rough day.
It's late. It's late where you're at over there on the
Yeah,
East
dude, I'm
Coast. Well,
exhausted.
you
I
had a
had a
long
long
week.
week.
You've been using jackhammers and doing
Oh
a
no,
whole
drills.
bathroom and all
All
that kind of
drills.
stuff, drills
Oh,
and
dude,
all this
we
kind of stuff, man.
I helped my brother basically, rough out a whole like brand new guest house in the Hamptons. Believe me, it's not, when you hear about these beautiful houses in the Hamptons, think of my brother who is literally in the middle, in the walls, making these, great, beautiful, things for you to be able to turn the water on and, use the toilet. So, you know,
There it is. Got to get it done, man. It's
hell
like
yeah. It's
like that
fun.
guy, the Dirty Jobs, man. It's good stuff.
Oh, dude, we had a good. I had a great time. It's just it's hard work.
That
Um,
backbreaking labor, man. Shout out to all
dude.
those
Oh yeah,
backbreaking labor
tradesmen
guys out there. Big
for
shout out to you
sure.
guys, man. And hopefully if you are watching, you're enjoying the show, you get to relax or listening to
Yeah,
us while you're doing your thing.
yeah,
So
they're
big shout
definitely
out
not
to you,
working
man.
right now.
No, they could be, man. You never know. The
Oh
guys
yeah,
doing
those
that stuff
overnight guys.
overnight and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff, you know what's happening. So shout out to you. Go get that money. Um,
yeah. No, I'm
eh,
keeping what you got right there. You got
absolutely. So keep
yeah,
mixing. You're fine. Completed that trade, getting CD and Cole for Michael Carter. Well
interesting.
done. Well done.
Okay,
I kind of like that.
yeah, I like
Again,
it.
just based on Michael Carter, I'm sure he didn't draft him as like his RB2. So
No,
to me, that's a cut up, a come up if you can do that. So well done, LeBron. Well done. Jay Media is in here saying, pick me a flex, easy matchup. Devonta Foreman versus Houston or Alex Collins versus Arizona. And of course, that's with the news. Chris Carson is done for the year. So which one do you want here? Devonta Foreman versus Houston or Alex Collins versus Arizona?
yeah, I have to go with the matchup. Arizona's defense, they're pretty good. I'm gonna go with Foreman.
Um, you're gonna go with Foreman. I'm gonna go. They were talking about, oh, they want to get Rashad Penny involved.
Yeah, they're gonna have Penny. They're
Yada
gonna have
yada
Travis
yada.
Homer. Yeah, it's just too many guys, too many cooks in the kitchen,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Give me Devonta Foreman
Yeah,
with the whole backfield to himself. So
yeah. I
I'll take
mean,
I'll take that this week. Why
let
not?
me let me double check what they had on carries last week because
Get one of those pass interference, down inside the red zone. Maybe he can get a touchdown for you.
yeah. I mean, honestly, last week they had Foreman at 21, Peterson at 20, so they were basically splitting carries. 16 of those are from last week were McNichols, so that's going to be going to one of the two of them. So they're going to be splitting. Uh, they're probably just going to split throughout the time, but Foreman looks like the better runner. So
There you go. Yeah, he's not looking too bad. And
no,
he's getting more, every week getting better and better, more practice and all that.
yeah, for
Uh
sure.
Dylan Cassidy's flexing out the Patriots defense, pitching that shutout.
Don't get
So
me
that was
started.
great. Dylan's saying he's a college student, not back breaking, but definitely brain breaking.
Yeah, don't
Absolutely.
miss those days.
Absolutely. Brooks is saying,
Brooks,
"What up? What up? What up, Brooks?
what
Welcome
up,
to the
Brooks?
show." We have another Devonta Foreman question, but this time Devonta Freeman
Hmm.
or Devonta Foreman. So Devontae Freeman or Devonta Foreman.
um,
Corey Davis or Ayuk PPR for both questions.
yeah, I mean, that's a good question.
You stumped him.
Yeah.
You
No,
stumped
you
him.
did. I'm gonna go with Foreman. I like the matchup better, and I think Latavius Murray's coming back, so he'll get less carries here, even though Bell's not there anymore. Corey Davis or Ayuk, ugh, they both make me want to vomit. Um, who they playing? Jaguars. I'll go Ayuk.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go a little different. I'm gonna say Freeman and Ayuk on that one there.
Okay.
Let's see. So George LeBron, he's saying, but now he has Gibson as his RB2.
Yeah.
Um, I don't hate that, man. I don't hate it. And you guys all know why. I've been I've been kind of
Yeah.
preaching it from the
Yeah.
beginning
You were the
of
big
the year.
preacher.
It's all about, well, I mean it's not so bad, now because remember the Cowboys didn't have that great a run defense when we're heading into the season, but they get Cowboys 14, Eagles 15, Cowboys 16, Eagles 17. They play
Yeah.
the same two teams for 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Um, and again, I mean, if he's still getting the carries, he looked good. I actually kind of watched that game. He looked decent. Like he didn't look
Yeah, no, he
hampered
doesn't look
by
horrible,
that.
and yeah.
And I think he's learned to kind of cope and deal with it. And I think they've, have more trust in him. And he has a chance to be the guy.
And he's
So
leading that backfield. He had 46 carries. I mean,
yeah,
I can't say anything bad about him after last week. He did well against a good team. Eh,
yeah, there it is. Ricardo Jean.
what up, Ricardo?
What's up, Ricardo? New guy? Is this
No, he's been in
okay?
here
He's been
before.
in here before, right? Yeah, I was like,
Mhm.
he didn't seem too new. It sounds familiar. He's saying, would you trade Will
Williams.
Williams for Lockett or Terry or neither?
Ooh.
So, do you want Mike Williams, Lockett, or Scary Terry out of these three?
I like Terry just because he's the only option there, compared to Williams, who's fighting for targets with Keenan Allen. So honestly, I would like him more, but Williams has crazy upside. Um, yeah, I mean, it's based on your team makeup as well. Like what you have underneath him, or above him. To be fair, but honestly, maybe Terry if you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To me, I'd say I'd want Lockett here.
yeah, with Russ
I
back.
think Russell Wilson's gonna get better. They do have, after Arizona, they do get Washington, then they go Niners, which he always gives Niners a
Yeah.
fit.
Oh yeah.
Then it's at Houston in a dome, at Los Angeles Rams.
Dome.
Obviously, that's in a dome, and attention's gonna be on DK. That's the other reason why is because he has that stud wide receiver one that's there to take some of that, coverage off of him so
Ooh,
he can get loose. And then again, that's it's not the greatest start of a playoff schedule,
yeah.
but at least there'll probably be a shootout, so there's going to be opportunities there. And again, we've seen this Rams defense be vulnerable, so who knows where they're going to be at here in a few weeks. And then you advance to week 16, you get home against the Bears, and then your championship game is home against the Lions. So give me Lockett out of those three.
Okay.
I was like waiting for the next question to
Oh,
come up, but
he
it's on
he
me.
actually he added he Ricardo ended up yeah, there you go. So he has Eckler, Mixon,
Oh,
Rogers.
and it's a flex. I like it even more as a flex because he's boom or bust, and that's how I like to
Who
play.
for Mike Williams?
Lock it. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
Lockett.
lock it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'd
No,
rather
okay.
switch out lock it.
Okay. I could be on board with Lockett. I mean, either one of those are good trades. I mean, honestly, boomer
Yeah, I
bust,
mean,
but
I
Terry is
definitely want
definitely
Lockett
safer.
or Terry over, and Terry has the name,
Yeah.
and you can maybe trade him
Well,
off
not
for
even
a
the
cheaper
name.
piece.
He's a more consistent option. For me, Terry is the safer option. Lockett is a little bit more boom bust where he can, he has those games at Russ where he can go off. Mike Williams just has a higher ceiling than all three of them, to be fair. The thing is that you don't know when that's going to come, unfortunately. So for me, Terry is I like consistency, but we're at the point where it you with the team setup that he already has. I mean, he has Devontae Adams and CD, Lamb as his two wide receivers already, and he's just trying to get a flex in there. Terry's the better option, in my opinion, than these three. But that's just me.
Yeah. Um. All right, there it is.
Yeah,
J Media says, pick me a
not gonna
QB
lie.
for Week 11, Tua or Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the exact issue I have. I'm down Stafford. I had Jimmy Garoppolo originally. I picked him up before the bye week. And I just held him, and then I ended up switching to Tua, just because it's the Jets, and I have Kirk Cousins available, and I really like Kirk Cousins, just the way he's been playing. He's been pretty consistent, but Tua has a really good uh, you know just in general, just a great matchup. And we're going to be talking about this game now. So, honestly, I do like Kirk Cousins, uh, but I think he's the safer floor. Tua has the higher ceiling.
I'm scared of Tua only because it is the
Yeah, the
Jets,
finger.
and
Yeah.
they could not even the finger. I think they could just hand the ball off or dump off like to Gaskins or
Yeah.
Salvan Ahmed and make it kind of a. I think the running backs have a big game. Here, Waddle
I
will probably have a decent game, but I don't see 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like I just don't see Tua doing that
I
against the
think
Jets.
I think this is
Um,
going to be more of a duel than it was that people think it is. I mean, we're going to go through that game in a minute, but Dolphins are only favored by 3.5. It's not like they're favored by like
yeah.
10. So for me, it's going to be a close game compared. I don't see it as being one of those games where
Miami defense is on fire right now, and then they're going to
no,
go
no,
against
they were
the
on
Jets.
fire for
Nothing's going
1
to
week
happen.
against the Ravens, who did very well with, and they game planned very well against. I know that they don't have to do much against the Jets, but at the same time, they've been losing to mediocre talent before this. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like this.
Well,
I don't think it's going to be as big of a blowout as you think it might be. I think it's going to be a little closer than you think.
no, I'm saying it. I'm not disagreeing with you on that, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Is it's not going to be a blowout. It's not going to be throwing for three
Yeah,
touchdowns. Like I think it's going to be a very defensive field position type game. Running,
run.
try not to make any mistakes. They're not going to put the ball at risk. They
Well,
definitely don't want to
that's
lose to the Jets, and so
yeah,
I don't see Tua throwing for 300, 400 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns. Like I don't see it. I
yeah,
see him going for maybe like 180 and a touchdown. Maybe two. That's just kind of what I'm saying. So,
yeah. No, I get that. I
um,
mean, that's how I
and you'll
feel
get
about.
maybe 40, 50 rushing yards, and I think you'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I
Max.
I feel like it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same type of matchup as 49ers with the Jags. I mean, it's the same kind of matchup. That's kind of why I pivoted from Jimmy Garoppolo, because Jimmy's good for 200 yards, a touchdown, and that's about it.
And a
Like,
pick. And a
and
don't
maybe a pick in there,
and a
but
pick.
he did okay. Well, 2 is good for a pick here and there too, but my point is that in this case, I feel a little bit like more confident about Tua against the Jets than I do against anybody else. Like, the matchups that they had. You saw what they did to Josh Allen a few weeks ago, but we're
Yeah.
going to get into that later. So,
Yeah, we will. And Ricardo is saying thanks, man.
yeah, no problem,
So
brother.
of course, man, you're welcome. This is why we do it, man. This is why we're here. Keep the questions coming, guys. And we'll definitely get to them. We got Homer Simpson showing the love here for Get Right.
Yo,
Again, for anybody watching, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, I'm sure you see here at the bottom of the screen. For every new subscriber we get, we're donating a dollar. Get Right. Um, on behalf of the Get Right Nation to the St. Jude's Children's Foundation, something that Dustin put together. Great idea. And he's putting up the money to do that. And of course, myself, Mike,
mhm,
I'm sure Frank, a couple other people, and then people from the, Get Right Nation themselves, Dim Boys, Jonathan Smith. A lot of these guys have also pledged and done, just straight flat donations. So again, we're not asking for that. We're just asking to hit that subscribe. Let us, make those donations. But again, it's a great cause, so we really appreciate the people that have stepped up, to do this. And it's really fun for us. It's helping us grow the channel. And again, we're putting that money towards a great cause. So, with that said, Homer Simpson here, he's asking, hey guys, I was offered Debo and Carter for Cup and Kirk.
no.
Um, keep Cup, man.
Just keep Cup.
Keep Cup.
Debo, I like
I mean,
Debo, but
Debo's good, man, and he'll be up there, but you're kinda just making a lateral move.
yeah,
You're not. I mean, if it was like
Kirk is
Debo and,
better.
like, Saquon or, like, Debo and Mixon or, like,
Yeah,
Debo and, who else? Maybe
anybody.
I would say Eli Mitchell, but they're on the same team, so you wouldn't wanna
Yeah,
really trade for that stack. If it was anybody but, that, I mean, unless you're, like, completely dying at running back and you have, like, only one running back and really no other, options or depth. That's kind of the only time I would consider doing a trade. But if anyone else in the league knew Cup was up for trade, I'm sure you can get a better package than Debo and Carter.
Yeah, for sure. I like Kirk. I like Kirk too. So
I didn't mention Kirk one time in this whole deal. Kirk
no, I
is just
know.
a
I'm just
afterthought.
saying. No, it makes sense what you're saying. My point is Cup and Debo are a lateral move. I think Kirk is a better option than Carter. So
I think Cup has outscored Debo and Kirk combined.
oh yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah, no, you're
he's a
right.
non-factor.
This one's
Um,
easy.
all right, so pick me another QB for Week 11: Jalen Hurts versus New Orleans, or Justin Herbert versus Pittsburgh.
Okay, till
Two.
week 18, pick Jalen Hurts.
All right, you heard it there. And of
He
course,
has
I'm
been
just going to disagree and
consistently.
go Justin Herbert because I'm
He,
not starting Jalen Hurts. I'm not doing it.
see,
So
I know people are having this issue, and honestly, I don't blame you for having the issue of not wanting to start him. But honestly,
it's like Matt
he
Ryan. I'm
no,
just
oh no, no, no,
No, I'm
no,
not saying he doesn't
no.
produce like Matt
Sorry.
Ryan. I'm just saying as far as like watching the game, you're gonna have a heart attack,
Oh, that's
but
fine.
it's not
I just
bad
won't
once you
watch the
kind of look
game.
at
I'm
the
not
end
watching
result.
an Eagle game. No,
So it's all good. I'm
no.
just saying.
But
Yeah,
honestly,
we all know you're a Cowboys. You'll be watching the Cowboys game.
anyway,
You want to strangle me? I know it's okay. That's
no.
too many shots maybe.
All I'm trying to say is he's QB3 on the year. He hasn't done any worse than QB10 any week. He is the best. He is the best fantasy quarterback that you can have compared to the. He is literally the worst quarterback to watch. So real life quarterback, the worst. Fantasy quarterback, the best. I am sticking with Jalen Hurts. The last few weeks we've seen Justin Herbert just yo-yo up and down. I mean, he's QB7 on the year, but honestly, the last few weeks have just been I don't know. So we'll see. I like Jalen Hurts every week until proven, otherwise.
Yeah, and he is like you said, QB7.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to
What the last 2 weeks? Let me see. He's
then you go
been
to
since
4
week
point, and he's
7.
actually QB2 and 4 point.
Yeah.
But again, he does have 10 games. A couple guys only have 9 games. So again,
So
just kind of keep all that in mind.
so since week 7 till now, Justin Herbert has been QB11, Jalen Hurts QB5.
Yeah.
Just to give
So again,
perspective.
however you want to play your thing.
Yeah.
So the smart choice is probably Hurts, but I play
It
with
is.
my heart and my head. So I'm gonna go
Sometimes you got to take it
Justin
out.
Herbert. My problem is I wouldn't have any shares of Hurts, so I would never be in this
I
situation.
don't
So it's
have
kind
any
of hard
shares
for
of
me to.
Hurts. I never had him to
Yeah,
begin with, but I'm seeing the production and I'm jealous because I
yeah.
see how well he is doing.
When they're talking about that they want to work in another quarterback potentially by the end of the year,
No,
like I'm
understood.
not.
No,
I'm not.
dynasty you
I'm
can't trust
Well,
him,
he
but
said
for
just
anything
week
else.
11, so it is what it is. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, J Media, you got a good response there. We try to answer these quick, but you guys suck us into
No,
an
it's all good.
argument, which is fantastic, or not an argument, a discussion. It's not. We're not arguing. We're debating. It's for the better.
Good debate.
It's nothing bad. No hate. It's all love.
Oh, hell yeah.
Um, Hector Gonzalez is in here
What
saying
up,
Kurt
Hector?
Gallup, Bateman, and Jeff Wilson. He needs to play too.
Oh,
So
these are good options.
quickly, to me, it's no brainer. Wilson and Bateman. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Wilson for sure. He's a must, and I might go to Gallup. Here.
There it is.
I'm sticking with Gallup. You have 3 great options otherwise. It's hard to I played Myers over Kirk this week, but I thought that there would be a little bit more upside for Myers, but I was wrong.
There it is. All right, let's get to our next game breakdown here. We're doing good on time.
Mhm.
Trying to be a little more efficient for you guys here, especially for you guys watching after the fact, not live. So here we go. Getting into the next game here. We have the Green Bay Packers at Minnesota Vikings. We have the Packers favored by only 1.5 to 47.5 point over under. Again, we're playing in Minnesota. Tell us, how's this game going to shake out? A lot of fantasy relevant players here.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers are coming off a tough loss to the Washington football team. For anyone that watched that
Hold
game,
on,
it
hold on,
was
hold on. How are you gonna start this game breakdown off and not talk about my boy Aaron Jones not being in the game? Could we
Oh, no,
start
we'll
there
get
at
there.
least?
We'll get
Could we
there.
start there? Because that's,
All right.
I mean, I
So
just have
Aaron
to.
Jones will not be in
It's
this game.
brutal, man. I was doing so good. I made it to week 10 before my RB1 went down, man.
Lucky
And
you.
now I know I thought I was doing pretty good. I was on my high horse,
At
and of
least
course,
you have the backup,
the only place to go
right?
is down. And yes, I
See,
do.
and that's why you do it. So they're coming off the tough loss to the Washington football team. That was a very brutal game to watch in general. Good for them. The Vikings are coming off a somewhat, they're coming up somewhat healthy. No players of value on the injury report. Packers only have Aaron Lazard listed as doubtful, so he probably won't play. We already know Aaron Jones is listed as out. Devontae Adams showed up on the injury report, but he lost his tag by the end of the week, so he's fine. I'm starting Dylan without a problem. He's a must start. I think he's a top 15, top 10 guy without even thinking twice about this particular matchup. Rodgers and Adams go hand in hand. You're going to be starting both of them as well. They don't really have tight end options, so I'm not going with that. For the Vikings side, I'm willing to play Kirk Cousins. Like I said, I like Cousins a lot. Justin Jefferson, you're playing, and Thielen, you're playing as well. You're going to start, Dalvin Cook. He's a must start. And, I see Conklin being a option as well. Conklin has been killing it the last few weeks. I feel very confident with him going against a really weak Packers, secondary. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about Dylan?
Oh, I love Dylan. Dylan's going to be, like I said, top 10, top 15, something like that, end of the week.
I fit him in at 11. I have him at 11.
Ooh,
And I have
okay.
Jeff Wilson at 12, by the way.
Ooh, okay. I don't
Against
mind that though.
Jacksonville
Yeah, I don't mind that.
with only
I haven't
Sermon
touched my
behind him.
rankings. No, I
No
like it. I mean,
Hasty,
they ran the ball 40 times last week. I
no
mean, actually
Mitchell.
more.
Yeah,
Like
46, I believe
I
it
don't
was.
mind that at all. Dylan's going to be the same guy though. Like I love Dylan this week. I am upset that I don't have any share. Well, no, that's a lie. I do have one share of him, but any other league, I don't really have shares of him. And this week is the opportunity that I get to play Jeff Wilson and AJ Dillon and any other option that I feel comfortable playing with, that are backup running backs that I can finally play. So I feel good about those options this week. Definitely.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized I had a little mistake here on my ranking, which I'm fixing
Oh
right now.
no. I've Dylan. I mean, right now I have Dylan at 11, but that's only because I haven't touched my rankings yet. But I don't see him moving any farther. I mean, I think he'll do really well this week.
Yeah, we will see some Kalen Hill, I believe. Kalen, right?
Yeah, no, he's hurt. He got hurt real bad
Oh,
on a
that's
on a
right.
kick
His
return.
knee got
His
wrecked.
knee got destroyed.
That's right. So
I
who
was really
is the other
shocked.
guy over there right now?
Taylor, I think his name is. Let me double check.
Wow. See, in
Hold
my
on.
head, I was just, it's been a Dylan and Aaron Jones game, and you'd see Hill in there, but I forgot that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago
Yeah, I thought about that
that he got
too.
hurt.
I don't
Because Green Bay is not going to give him everything. Like he will lose
know.
maybe 5 carries, I think, maybe, but I think they're going to
Oh,
trust
they
him
have a
pretty much in everything
Jones.
else.
Who's the guy's name? Hold on. I'm trying to find it. It's gonna be a minute. I didn't do my research for that particular scenario.
See,
I
guys, we're rolling our sleeves up right in front of you here. It just ask the chat, man. Let's just ask the chat. Who
no chat
who is
can
the
chat
who's the
can't find it as quick as I can.
who's the
They got Patrick Taylor. Patrick Taylor.
Okay, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Patrick Taylor. There he goes.
He's
So
ECR 61. So he's
okay.
bottom, and they have Raquel
Six
Armstead.
6'2", 217.
Yeah. He's not bad. I mean, he's like a Dylan though. That's the problem. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Raquel Armstead is a little bit smaller. They might use him a little bit more. They might call him up. But honestly, Dylan can handle the workload. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, and he only got 2 carries for 7 yards once Aaron Jones went out in Seattle.
I
So
just noticed that.
we'll see. So again, they are gonna, like I said, I expect maybe 5. So maybe 5.
Nice. Good catch there. Good catch there. I love it.
Very nice. All right. So shout out to anything else we have in that game?
No,
I think we're
that's
good
basically
there.
it.
If you
Yeah.
guys have any questions, just let us know. If you're listening to this after the fact, just leave the questions in the comments, or of course, bring your questions to the Get Right Fantasy Network sleeper community. Hit that description, scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the link. Come join the community. It is free, and get a ton of other perks, injury updates, and everything like that. So Sufyan Malik Sufyan. It's an awesome name. I hope I'm saying it right, my guy.
Yeah.
Welcome back. He's been with us here for over a month now, man. Few
Oh
weeks.
yeah, a
He's
little
been
longer
here.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loyals coming on all our shows. So we appreciate you coming out. He's saying he has another rough week for him. Cooper's out, as we know. We're definitely going to get into that game there, but I'm sure we all know now. COVID,
Yeah.
unvaccinated, going to be out for at least 10 days, which means he's
Oh,
out
he's
next
missing
week
2
as
weeks.
well.
Yeah.
So he's going to definitely miss the Thursday game next week.
Yep.
So anyway, so with that said, his options are Brian Edwards, Laviska Shenault, or Cedric Wilson. And
Ew.
he's given that little throw up emoji. So definitely
I'm gonna
agree
go.
there. And hold on, I as he was as I saw that chat came in, I did ask him who his top waiver wire options were. In addition to that, so he said there's Nicole Hardman, Marquez Callaway, and Traquan Smith are also available options out there, because to me, I felt there had to be something better out there than Cedric Wilson. And so I think definitely those 3 options are better than Wilson. I would either take my
I would
chances
go
with
Harmon.
Edwards. I know you like Hardman, and I would
Yeah.
honestly probably go Traquan
I
Smith.
was
I would
I
take
was
my chances there. He
yeah, I
looked
was
really
thinking
good
of
with
him too.
yeah, him and Simeon are starting to get a little connection going.
But
Remember he was supposed to be the guy, and then he got hurt, um,
I'm going Mecole, and the only reason why is because Traquan's going to be going against. He's going to be going real hard against Darius Slay, and I don't like that matchup.
yeah, I think
Darius
I heard
Slay is a shutdown.
yeah, I think I heard on another show earlier though that they basically said in every game Kansas City has played this year where it's been a combined score of at least 29 points scored on each side. Nobody else basically besides Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelsey were even relevant in the game. So
Okay,
just kind
fair
of
point.
keep an eye on that. Again, you're in a tough situation, man. So just throw
Yeah,
someone in
that's
there.
tough.
You're brutal. It's a brutal
I don't
loss.
mind Wilson either, honestly. I mean, Wilson has shown some production.
With Gallup back,
Yeah,
I
why
mean,
not?
yeah, I mean Cooper's gone,
Why
but
not?
still,
They still go 3 wide on like
I think
most plays anyway.
that's why I have CD so high, man. I think it's a CD game there.
I mean,
But again,
the other option is Brian Edwards, who's going against Cincinnati, who
mhm.
isn't the best, pass defense in the league. They're
But they've
not
been
bad
burned.
options. I don't see them being worse options than what's below him. I I honestly I'm cool with either or. I like Cedric a little bit more, but I really do like the talent of Brian Edwards.
I don't know. Sufjan,
It's
I'm going
so
Traquan
close.
Smith, and that's me.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're moving on.
No, you're fair.
Fantasy boardroom is
What
finally here.
up,
What up? What
Tycoon?
up? What up, Tycoon, aka the best dressed man in fantasy, aka the fantasy CEO, aka
Too
aka.
many AKAs.
There it is. And that's why we got to that last one. So what's up, man? Glad to have you here. Dylan saying what's up to Tycoon, asking where he was. He's saying he's a married man, so his Friday nights are usually spoken for until about 10:30 or 11. So you got to get that wifey time in. So that's all good. Shout out to Mrs. Fantasy CEO for letting us spend some time with the Tycoon. So we appreciate you for that. Sufyan says sucks that Cooper's missing his reunion game against the Raiders.
Yeah.
So yeah, the revenge game was there. And he's saying, but the time has arrived, guys. Kenny G or Beasley? we have a Kenny G sighting. We'll get into the specifics of
Oh,
it,
it's
but
at the
just
end.
quickly off the top of your head, which way are you going on this one?
Kenny.
I have to go to the rankings for this one.
I'm gonna probably have to go to Kenny. Beasley's not been running well with his rib injury lately. He underproduced last week, and a lot of people are disappointed, including myself. He also mentions below that I'm already playing Allen Knox and Bass, so I don't want to be too Buffalo happy. I don't blame you. I'm in that particular boat too. I have a lot of Buffalo players. I do like Kenny against that Tampa Bay, that Tampa Bay defense that's beat up. No Richard Sherman, so I feel a little bit better about it. He's the lone man on the totem pole for the Giants, so I'm okay with it. He's a little bit healthier than he was. They had the bye week. Yeah.
Give me Beasley, Tycoon. I got Beasley at 30, and I got Galladay at 38. I don't
Okay.
trust Galladay still yet. He's been kind of off and on. Daniel Jones not quite looking for him. He had one good game where it was kind of like a squeaky wheel game, and then he got hurt again. And
Yeah,
so
and then
it's
he got
just,
hurt.
yeah, I mean, it's just I'm not going there. So anyway, he says he's already playing Allen, Knox, and Bass, so I don't want to
Yeah, but
be
he's also
too
trying to
Buffalo
mix it
heavy.
up a little bit. That's the
Oh
problem.
yeah,
You
that's tough. I
can't.
mean, in that case, I like those other options. So yeah, in
Yeah,
that case, I might kind of diversify the portfolio a bit to put
yeah,
it in boardroom terms and go with Kenny G there. I'm kind of big on that. I don't like having too much of a stack.
yeah.
Not in,
That's a good stack, but it's still a lot. Like,
yeah, just a little too much.
yeah,
It although it did cost me last week.
I,
I felt like I had too
same
much of a
problem.
stack with Debo, Eli Mitchell, and San Francisco defense, so I swapped out San Francisco D for Denver at like the last minute. And that was a horrible,
No,
horrible
bad
mistake.
idea. Yeah,
I mean, it was going up against the Rams,
yeah.
hindsight,
No, it made sense. No.
2020, but it was, yeah, it would actually
I
been the difference in my game.
I did. I switched out the Cleveland Browns or I switched out the Tennessee Titans for the Cleveland Browns, and that was a bad move. So
Yeah, it happens, man, and that's why you should take out defenses and kickers and replace them with flex. Uh,
absolutely.
although I do have a defensive question for you here, whether it's on or off air. I got to talk to you about it.
Okay.
We have Jacob H. New name and avatar to me. I don't quite remember this one.
I
Jacob,
might
if
have
you're
seen
new,
him, but either way,
all right. Either way, if you're new, hit that subscribe button for us. We'd appreciate it. We're getting to your question here. Should I trade Dylan, Carter, and Mike Williams for Zeke? So
no,
Dylan, Carter, Mike Williams for Zeke. I don't hate it, to
no,
tell you the truth.
too much.
Dylan, you're maybe getting 2 games out of. Carter, yeah, possible, RB2 here or there. But we're getting closer to the, fantasy playoffs. We're getting close to trade deadlines. These are the kind of risks you have to be willing to take. I'd try to get something else, with Zeke if you can. Maybe a handcuff of some sort, something else with Zeke. I don't like quite the 3 for 1, but
No,
I
I
like
don't
the
like that.
idea and the concept. So,
Yeah,
again, Dylan's just kind of a rental for the next couple weeks. Michael Carter is an RB3 to me, and Mike Williams, we're definitely trading away at this point if you can get some value for him. So, give me Zeke, 20 touch, top 5 RB.
yeah.
Sufayan says, oh, did you have anything else you wanted to say on that one?
No, I just I
Okay.
don't. I think it's too
You
much.
said no. All right, there you go. Fair enough. So wide receiver 3, I'll keep Cole then. Flex, I'll have to choose between Freeman, Cedric, and Edwards. I would go Freeman out of those
Freeman.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so we finally. Hey, I think that might be our first agreement all night. It
No,
only
that's
took
not
us an
true.
hour. Oh, okay, maybe. It felt like one of the first kind of unanimous, just quick
Yeah.
yeses that we
Well,
both kind of
that one's an
didn't have
easy
to,
one
like,
for
get
me.
to, yeah, so that was pretty good. He says he likes, Traquan, but Darius Slay.
It's a tough
Yeah,
matchup.
but, I mean, will Slay be on Callaway or Harris? I
No,
mean, or is he gonna be on Smith for sure?
Traquan is the one.
Yeah, they might move him around, line him, I mean, we'll see. I think, Peyton's, smart enough to design that open, but either way, we'll see.
Mm.
He says, "I like him, I've been, strongly leaning, Kenny." So there you go. And
He was agreeing with you 2 seconds
he
after
said,
that.
"All right, Anthony. All right, I see." So yeah, I think I got him with the diversify the portfolio. I think he
Oh,
appreciated
okay.
that because I
Yeah.
put it in the boardroom terms there. So that was cool. Um, Dylan saying, "What's Emmanuel Sandals? Sand. Whoa, it's getting late already. Those
Emmanuel Sanders.
shots are kicking in.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Um,
say, how's that Bacardi working for you?
that Bacardi's coming out on me now. What's Emmanuel Sanders' outlook rest this season? So just give me a quick,
Um,
buy, sell, or trade. Just give it to me in those terms.
oh, I mean
Or I'm sorry, buy, sell, or hold.
you yeah, trade's getting to the point where you can. I mean, my trade deadline is literally within the next 2 hours. Honestly, I'm holding him. He's just been
Wide
consistent.
receiver 3, 4 kind of
Yeah,
area.
well, he was 2 for a while, so
Well, I mean, I consider him a wide receiver 3, 4 that
I'd
can give
say
you wide receiver 2 weeks.
okay,
Is
fair.
that fair to say?
No, that's fair.
All right.
So I
So
I
there we
like
go. You
yeah,
like that? It was a
yeah.
kind of quick,
That's the quick answer, yeah.
in a nutshell kind of answer there. So Dylan, there you go. If you want to take that offline, we can definitely go into in more detail. Bring it to the Get Right sleeper channel.
Yep.
We'll break it down more for you there. Jacob saying Mike Williams or Michael Carter, half PPR. So you like
Um,
Williams or Carter this week? To me, I'll just go first while you think about it, Mike,
yeah.
because I know you like to actually think about these things. I just like to shoot from the hip. I like to go with my gut, man. Michael Carter to me is the safer play.
Yeah, me too.
If you want to boom play, then go with Mike Williams. So just depending on what you need out of your team, that's how I'm going to answer that one.
Yeah, if you face the Patriots defense and you didn't have anyone playing, Mike Williams might be your better option, but I like Michael Carter.
There it is.
Safer play. Yeah.
There it is. Dylan St. Anthony's getting a little saucy on the stream, man. Hey, it's been
Hey
a good
man,
week, man. It's a little celebration. It's Friday. We
as you
accomplished a
should.
lot this week, and we're rolling good, man. Got my birthday coming up next week, so I'm
Yeah,
actually
so
getting
do I.
excited. Kind of getting excited for that. Mike's right
2
after me,
weeks.
so
Yeah.
we kind of share a similar birthday, so we're close to each other, but far enough to where we can both enjoy
Yeah, yours is Sunday and mine's
ourselves.
Saturday.
Hey, we don't get to put our
Like,
these guys are gonna still what are you gonna do? Is tell my social next, Mike? What's going on? No, I'm
no,
just
I'm
I
saying
get
your
football
birthday is
all
on a
day
Sunday.
on a Sunday.
You get a football Sunday, and then I have mine the next Saturday. So it's just spread out, and
We
one
each get
end of
our
the
week.
week. Yeah. Oh,
We
I
each
took
get
the
our
full
week.
week off.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, I
See,
took I
I
took
like
I took Thanksgiving
I like
through my
money, so
birthday, and
I
then
can't take
after.
days off. I got the Bill Belichick thing going on here, no days off. No days off.
I always take my birthday off. I don't care what day of the week it's on.
There it goes, man. Love it, love it. Tycoon in here saying portfolio diversification may become a new segment on the
Ooh.
show. Awesome. You better bring me in for one of those
Yeah, I was
segments.
gonna say that.
I'd love to break it off with you. So we may have to get together for that one. Jacob saying,
Oh,
luckily he started the New England
nice.
defense. Nice flex, Jacob.
Nice.
Well done, my friend. And Dylan saying, I should actually read these before I start putting them up here. I'm
Yeah,
just
I know.
again, like you said, I was getting a little saucy here. Hey, if I remember correctly, you were on the show last week asking for socials on the Wednesday show. So yeah, for those of you who caught the Wednesday show,
Oh god.
apparently I was in the comments asking for people's social security numbers. So there it is, man. There it is. And
I don't know who anyone is anymore.
exactly. Tycoon's in here saying no days off. The boardroom respects that, Ant. So appreciate that. I respect the boardroom. That's why. Let's see. Ray Gamer, what's up, Ray?
What's
Welcome
up,
back.
Ray?
If Kyler Murray is out, he's a game time decision now. Should I play Jimmy G versus the Jags or Tua versus the Jets?
I like
Jets
Tua.
defense allows a lot of points, and the Jags defense has stopped Josh Allen and Kyler.
Yeah, they have. I mean, honestly, I had this exact thing. We were talking about it earlier in the show. I had Jimmy G originally, and I swapped him for Tua. I like the matchup better. So I'm gonna tell you Tua.
You guys are making me go in
And
here and update my Tua rankings a little bit here after this
yeah.
show. I'm gonna have to look at this in the morning because I might not be in the right mind to be making these kind of right decisions here, but I'm feeling it.
It's
Let
not
me see.
disrespectful. It's not disrespect, boardroom. It's the concept that it's just I don't know. It's just not. I'm not feeling it this week against the Jags. Just not feeling it.
Yeah, I have Jimmy at 17 and Tua at 20. So I'm kind of, again, I kind of broke it down,
Yeah, you're
how I
within
feel
3.
about it.
Yeah.
I just think, again, that defense might be a little, enough to maybe compete with the Niners, enough to make it to where Jimmy's still going to be relevant.
Well,
Whereas, the Jets with Flacco, it could just turn into a what show
yeah.
really quickly there. So we'll see.
Well, Ray's also saying I have Gesicki at tight end. Would be good to pair him with Tua versus the Jets or Dawson Knox. So yeah,
You
I know.
see
I
this guy?
saw it.
Hey, you heard me say I got
I saw it.
Jimmy ahead of Tua, boardroom.
No,
You
I
hear
had
that, right?
Tua. I have Tua ahead of him.
Jeez.
Well, I will have Tua ahead of him. But
Ray's also saying he has Gesicki at tight
yeah,
end.
that's what
That
I'm
would be
saying.
good to pair him with Tua versus the Jets or go Dawson Knox.
I mean,
So, are you
those
going
are 2
Gesicki or
great.
Knox?
There's 2 good options there. I like Gesicki a tad better than Knox. I'm
Yeah.
playing
Did I
Knox,
did
but
I
I
actually
like
rank my tight
Gesicki.
ends this week? No, I'm just kidding. I did. I have Knox at 9 and I have Gesicki at 11.
Okay.
So again, but that just kind of, goes hand in hand with how I have Tua just a little bit lower at 20. So again, when you put up a goose egg for me, I'm not in a
No,
hurry to
understood,
throw
but he
you
had
back in the
7
lineup.
he had 7 targets in that particular game, so I'm
But
fine
did you
with the
see them? They were
volume.
terrible. There was
Doesn't
no way
matter.
he was
Still
catching.
had volume. That's
It
fine.
was. We'll take it. Jacob H says 12-team league. His team's Mahomes, Diggs, Jamar, Saquon, Henderson, Gasecki, and his flex is normally Carter or Mike Williams. Should I try and trade one of those players before the deadline? Um, nah.
No,
I
no.
like your setup there. You have all right depth.
Keep your depth.
12 team. Yeah, I mean, I think you're good. I don't think there's any pieces you really need to sell off. Um, that Diggs Jamar combo could be nice. You have Saquon coming back. Endo's been doing fine. He's just on a bye week this week. So I'm sure you're throwing Carter at your RB2, Mike Williams in your flex, and you're fine.
Yeah.
Yep. And let's see. At this point, Dylan's saying at this point I'm counting down the days of Dustin's freedom. Underdog is coming for that money. So he was talking about that. That was crazy. Do you know who the highest scoring QB is over the last 3 weeks?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
assume that's going to be
Hold on.
Mr. One Jimmy
I was
Garoppolo.
thinking it's him, but let me
You know
double
what the
check my math.
if Tycoon's asking it based on the
Yeah, I
conversation,
know.
I'm
I
sure
know.
that's what it is. So you go check that out.
I'm double
Um,
checking. Oh,
Ray
wait,
saying
wait, wait. Who did he say? Who's the
Jimmy.
highest scoring? It's Matthew Stafford.
Uh, what about 6 point? Is it 6 point or 4 point?
I go based on 4 point. So, or
That's the wrong point.
well, either way, if he's going by between Jimmy and Tua, then Jimmy, because yeah, I can
He's
show
saying
him.
that's not possible. So we'll bring you on when the show's done, and we'll we'll,
I'm
we'll
looking
have a
right
battle.
here.
We'll have a battle of the stats. I'm sure
Week
you might be
seven,
doing.
week 7 to week 10, Jimmy Garoppolo at uh he's at 70 points and Matthew Stafford at 78 points.
Ooh, there it
Yeah.
is. I'm gonna check it for myself, but I'm too
I'm
engaged
looking
in this chat
right
right now.
now.
Jacob says, "Thank you for the help. Really appreciate it." Jacob, we appreciate you. Thanks for the subscribe, man. Again, we really appreciate that. Keep coming out. Again, any last minute questions you have, we will be here
Oh,
Sunday morning. I
whatever.
try to be here with Mike and
Oh,
make that
now that I
happen.
adjusted it, whatever, tycoon. It
What did
is
he say?
Jimmy Garoppolo. No,
Let's
because
see. I
I
had a feeling.
didn't
I had a feeling.
I didn't adjust I had it week 7 to 10. Whatever. I had it for 4 weeks and not 3. Whatever.
Okay, there you go. So again, I was right. I knew you'd get there. That's why we moved on.
By 1 point. By 1 point to Josh Allen and 2 points to Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, it is what it is. Sounds like he's outperforming two pretty studly guys there. That's all I'm saying. Go
Or
Niners.
missed a
Uh,
game. I don't want to hear it.
oh, and by the way, show off
Oh yeah.
what you got today.
Hell
There it
yeah.
is. Look at
I'm
us,
so
man.
happy right now.
Mike's part of the crew. For those of you guys who
I
don't know,
love it.
you can go to getrightff.com, help support the show, grab your shirt. We have sweatshirts, pants, Cubs, face mask, Gators, all kinds of stuff with that Get
Coffee
Right
cups.
logo. If you're part of the Get Right Nation, rock the gear, get people to sub to the channel, have them spend our money, make that donation to the St. Jude's Children's Foundation. If you do purchase anything, post it, man. Show us, take a picture, throw it in this Get Right Sleeper community channel, and we'd love that, man. And again, we appreciate any and all of the support. And Tycoon, you should be getting your shirt soon too, man. So can't wait to have you show that off as well. So again, getrightff.com. Check them out. All right. So let's see. So looks like Tycoon's going off on you in the chats there. So I'll let you read that.
Nah,
I'll keep going, Tycoon. Let him have it. CD Renfro, DJ Moore, and Cole Beasley sit one. So sit one out of these guys.
Ooh.
DJ Moore. To me, it's between DJ Moore and Cole Beasley.
It's Beasley.
I'll take my chances with Moore and Cam this week over Beasley. He's been struggling a little bit. So
me too.
Give me a CD Renfro. And
I don't really like Moore with it because I don't like Cam throwing the ball. I rather have an Allen target than a Cam Newton target, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's where I want to say Moore. Like, my mouth wants to say it, but my heart, as you were saying before, is I have to say Beasley because I feel like Moore is the better option, Like, I don't know.
I got to get back to Ray's question here. I think we kind of end up skipping it. Chubb got activated from the COVID list today. Happy about that. I think a lot of people are, except for the people that are playing against them. I had to go up against the Pats defense this week already. Tough draw.
Yeah.
But they also had Hunter Henry, who only had 25 yards in standard, so 2.5 points. So not bad, kind of evened out, based on what they got, depending on your defensive scoring. So they're probably averaged out about what two players would roughly average. So you're definitely behind the 8 ball. But he says he's playing Montgomery at the flex, but in standard, who do you think has the edge of scoring more points this week? I'm feeling like T. Higgins will go off around the Raiders, but it's obviously not a sit. Keenan Allen in standard versus the Steelers. So is it Higgins or Allen?
Ooh,
I'm going Allen.
You would know better about non-PPR, but I'm probably going to go Allen as well.
Yeah, I'm going Allen as well. Higgins isn't bad. I do like him. Again, it's not a bad matchup. But again, I'm taking Allen. He's more of that studly guy, good quarterback. And, he's going against good defense, but it'll be fine. So it's all good. I'll go Allen in that situation, if I read that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Fantasy Bro Run saying when he gets it, he'll rep it. We appreciate that. Dylan Cassidy saying he needs one. So
go buy one.
Go grab one, man. Go grab it. Go grab one, man. Let us know if you get one. We'd appreciate it. Throw it out there. And who knows, man? Maybe I'll shoot you another one or something.
Ooh.
Who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll throw you one in a different color for buying one on your own. We'll see. And of course, we'll do giveaways and stuff like that. We haven't done one in a while, so maybe we'll get one of those going.
300. We got to get 300.
Exactly. We'll definitely give one away at 300. And, we'll see. Maybe we'll get in one of these maybe next Friday if we can hit 15 people or 20 people in the chat at once.
That would be cool.
On this stream. Then we'll give out a T-shirt. So we'll go there. Let's see. So okay.
Go to Dylan.
Tycoon's I had to see what
I read
was saying to you.
No, he's good.
It's all good. Yeah, see, tell him, Tycoon. Tell him. Dylan's saying is Hollywood gonna play this week? Mike, you know what's going on there. Is he playing?
Yeah, he'll play. He's just a little hobbled. He was put on the injury report late. So I think everyone got a little freaked out, but he should be fine.
There it is. Trey S, what's up, Trey?
We just talked about this too.
Yeah, we've been getting this question kind of a lot. These are the guys that people have questions about. Obviously, this happens with Mari going down. Gallup or Rashad Bateman full PPR. I have Bateman, and I think you were saying Gallup.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Gallup.
In this situation.
Yeah, I like Bateman, but I'm going
Gallup. Tycoon is holding his breath, taking that big gulp, and he's saying Gallup. with that one as well. So it is very close. And again,
Yeah.
I think I had them fairly close, but I needed to adjust Gallup up just a bit. I think a little more to make up for Cooper, but I like where
Oh, they're
Bateman's
right.
at.
Yeah. Tycoon's right. They're literally right next to each other. So,
I said that too, but yeah,
yeah. No.
I'm just messing with you, Mike. It's been a good Friday. Raisin here saying he's projected to get 119. His opponent is projected to get 132. Overall, he has Kyler, Diggs, Keenan Allen, Cook, Chubb. Still thinking about the tight end, Montgomery, Bullock, and the Panthers D. Not bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Maybe there's another streaming defense out there that you might have a little better matchup with. Um, maybe Miami's out there. Maybe San Francisco's out there. I have that decision to make between
Oh,
San Francisco or
no.
Miami this week, so we'll see what happens.
Oh,
So
Trey, I'm so sorry.
Trey's saying Gulp is right. A Rob and Woods, Bobby Trees were his 1 and 2 at the draft.
Oh, sorry,
Whoa,
brother.
that happens, man. It's
You'll
tough.
make it up. You'll
It's
make it
tough,
up.
man. Yeah, so you've been battling. So hopefully you've been on that wire, hawking stuff out. It sounds like you've been trying to put, stuff together. Obviously, you got Bateman. You got Gallup. Those are good pickups to try to replace. Um, you know, I wouldn't say misses, but your shortcomings from the guys you drafted. So you're playing as hard as you can, man. So again,
Take
if
what
it
you're
were
given.
me, yeah, if it were me, I'm going Bateman. I'm taking my chances with him. But again, Gallup's not going to be, that bad of a play being the number 2 behind CD. So I'm just afraid it's going to be a super CD game, which is why I have him at 4 this week. So is what it is. And Trey's saying definitely a waiver warrior. So you're right there, man. You're rolling your sleeves up
We're
as it
all
says
there.
right here, and that's why you're here. That's why you're on the stream because you're rolling your sleeves up, and these are the type of things we have to do to bring home those championships. So, Tycoon saying I'm with you, Trey. I was heavy on A. Robin Woods this year too. I was definitely a Woods owner as well myself, but thankfully not on the same team very much. But ouch. So he's definitely agreeing with you there. Trey's appreciating the info
Anytime, man.
there and the praises. So keep it going, brother. We're right behind you. Ray saying his opponent has Mahomes, Reek, Mixon, Swift, Ingram, Devonta, Tyler Bass left, but we'll both probably score a lot this week. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got your hands full,
It's
man.
gonna be
That's
a
going to be a
tough.
battle. So let us know how that goes down. And of course, we're rooting for you, man. Can't wait for Tebow. Let's go, Dylan. That's what I'm saying. Put up 40 this week. Let's see if you can do it. Why not? He's going to be the RB2 this week. I like that little wrinkle that they threw in the offense last week, putting Debo in the backfield. We've seen him get, a couple carries here or there, but I don't think I've seen him, basically turn into Cordell Patterson. I think Shanahan was taking a look at what they were doing there in Atlanta and said, hey, we could do that with Debo. Just get the ball in this guy's hands. He's a playmaker. And that was crazy. So uh, a big Devo day is always a great day indeed. Let's go Niners. All right. So now that I'm done talking here, Mike, I'll let you get into this next game here. We'll try to get this thing. We're doing pretty good on time,
Yeah,
man.
we're
We
doing
might
good.
actually get out of here before you
What I'm
start
aiming
falling
for.
asleep tonight. So we'll go Miami Dolphins at New York Jets. Dolphins favored by 3.5. We have over under 45. A lot of questions, coming out of this game. We've talked about these guys a lot, but just go ahead and give us that quick recap for those who are hitting those timestamps, skipping around to our game previews here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Jets coming off a loss to the Bills. Dolphins coming off a big win against the Ravens. That was a big win against the Ravens on Thursday night. It looks like Joe Flacco is going to be starting for the Jets, as we all know. Uh, Dolphins definitely looked great against the Ravens and held Lamar in check. So that defense looks 30 times better than they did. They looked kind of like the defense of last year. So, I can see the same here going against the Jets. So, if they're able to do that against a good opponent, hopefully they can do that against a really bad opponent. Um, I'm playing any Dolphin you can. For the most part, I'm playing Tua, Waddle, Gesicki, and yes, I'm even playing Miles Gaskin here for sure. I think the only other
Every
Dolphin
other game.
receiver,
Every
yeah,
other
it's the
game,
other.
Gaskins.
See, My biggest issue,
I had to say Gaskins for Tycoon only
yeah,
because, but it is Gaskin. We've been doing really good.
I mean,
Go ahead.
my biggest issue is Miles Gaskin or Mark Ingram, and I'm unfortunately leaning more towards Ingram, and it's only because that there's less people taking away his touches. When you're with the Dolphins, they have Solomon Ahmed, and they also have Patrick Laird, and they all tend to rotate on a pretty even scale of a third of the game. And for me, I don't just see them, leaning on Gaskin the whole time. So for me, in this particular scenario, I have to go with Ingram because I feel like he'll have more carries. I don't like it, but I feel like he'll have more opportunity than, Gaskin because of that. Um, you know, you're playing Waddle, you're playing Gesicki. You can play Preston Williams if you really, really want to, but I don't suggest it. Deep league, you can probably do that. Jets options. I don't mind playing Michael Carter. Honestly, I think he's a decent option. Also, Corey Davis and Elijah Moore aren't bad options. I honestly think that Joe Flacco increases their value slightly, and it's only because he's a more seasoned, you know, person, and he's a better quarterback, than what they've been having thrown, recently. So Corey Davis still did well, even though he was in a crap matchup last week. He still put up numbers. Elijah Moore did very well last week. So despite the matchup, I still feel like these are decent plays this week. I also think Joe Flacco has gotten out of you know, the downfield throwing. He's more of like the check down guy now because he's getting older, like most
Better hope
older
so.
quarterbacks. You would hope so. And honestly, I think he is. I think that's just what he feels more comfortable with. So for me, I'm comfortable with guys like Carter, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore. So and like the line kind of shows, it shows that it's 3.5, like we were saying before. That's not a huge margin of Dolphins against the Jets. I mean, you've seen every other game where it's like 10, 15, 20,
Right.
like all those high numbers. So they're saying that it's going to be relatively in the high 20s for everybody, decent points to go around. I think it'll be a little bit more defensive than people think it's going to be. But I do think that Dolphins can, run away with it a little bit. So I feel a little bit more comfortable playing them, but I feel comfortable playing anyone, in these particular ones. So
There it is.
yeah.
All right. Keep the chats coming in, guys. Keep the questions coming. We'll get to them here, but we want to get through a couple more breakdowns here. We have the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. I was going to say
Oh,
football Jets, but I
nope.
didn't
You're
want to.
going, you're going New Orleans.
Oh, did we? Where did
Yeah.
I?
We're
Oh
going
yeah,
New Orleans.
we already did that game. My bad. My bad. I got excited. We just did that game. I'm doing the timestamps at the same time. That's the one I was on for the timestamps. So I got confused on which list
I
I was
got the
going on.
timestamps. Don't you worry about that.
No, I'm literally putting them on as we
I know
speak
you are.
in the thing. So anyone that checks it out now, they'll actually see the timestamps in there. Anyway, so timestamp it right here. New Orleans Saints at the Philadelphia Eagles. We have the Eagles favored by 2, a 43.5 point over under. Break it down. Tell us about this game.
Yeah, I mean the Saints are coming off a loss to the Titans. They still played very well. They were working hard at the end of the game to come back. Eagles are coming in after a big win versus the Broncos, so that's good for them. They actually had a great game. Jalen Hurts actually looked pretty decent. Saints are a little bit hobbled at this point. They have Tyron Armstead and Ryan Ramock, who are their both. It's their left and right tackle. Both are listed as out, and so is Alvin Kamara. So this is the second week in a row that Kamara is
Crazy.
out. So this is a kind of a big deal. And also Ty Montgomery is going to be out as well. So this is one more person that won't be getting carries that Ingram could be. So on the Eagles side, there's no one of significance that's out. I'm playing Hurts and maybe Devontae Smith. The only reason why I say that is because he'll be going against Marshawn Lattimore, so it's a little bit different. Lattimore is a true shutdown, in my opinion. Unfortunately, Goddard's been a disappointment. The only other news that I can really bring up in this particular thing is Goddard just got paid 4 years,
4-year
59,
extension.
right? 4 years, 59 million or
Yeah.
56 million. So good for him. Congratulations on your new contract. He's been a disappointment. So it's a little weird that he just got it after having a rough time. He's going to be squaring up a lot against Malcolm Jenkins. This is a huge matchup. Jenkins is a true shutdown of tight ends, so this is going to be a rough day for him as well. On the other side of the ball, Ingram, I like Ingram. Like I was mentioning before, he's going to be getting a ridiculous amount of volume in this game. They still trust him to run the ball and catch it. He had a couple of plays in that Titans game where he was catching the ball out of that backfield and looking good. So, another sneaky pick in that game, who we were talking about before, was Traquan Smith. He's been having a decent, rapport with Trevor Siemian, but he is going against Darius Slay, so you have to kind of temper expectations. But a sneaky pick for the tight end is Adam Troutman. I can finally say his name again. I'm very happy. He's been doing a little bit better. He's more of a DFS play, in my opinion. With Trevor being behind, center, he's getting at least 6 targets for the last 3 weeks. He's gotten at least 30 yards or so from 11 catches. So I'm happy with that. As someone, if you need like a solid floor guy. So that's all I really have to say about that game. Eagles, the running backs, it's hard to trust at this point. Howard is doing okay. The Saints defense is actually pretty good against the run. So I don't feel comfortable playing, Boston Scott or Jordan Howard, or Kenneth Gainwell. So
There it is.
yeah.
I just want to mention the kind of news that they were saying that they wanted to get Juwan Johnson
Oh
kind of
yeah.
some more looks and touches and things like that. So
Yeah, we'll see.
I would kind of hamper expectations with Troutman. They're talking about his ineffectiveness, with the amount of snaps and opportunities and routes he's been running. Has very little production to show for it. And again, I'm not saying this just to,
Mm-hmm.
it's not even
I
a
know what
rag
you were
on you,
doing.
just kind of reporting on information that I'm seeing here. So again, just if you're in that situation, just kind of keep a lookout, an eye on that. Um, and again, just kind of keep that in consideration. For that to happen. So again, to me, if you're going for maybe a home run play, maybe you throw, Juwan Johnson in there,
Yep.
or Troutman. But this is a good tight end matchup, possibly. So one of these guys is going to have a good game, is what I feel. So I
Yeah.
think you're onto something. Just depends on which side of the fence you're kind of leaning on. So, other than that, I pretty much agree with most of the stuff you're saying in there. Um, and we can move on.
Okay.
Unless there's anything else you have in there,
Nope.
we'll do one more game here, and then we'll get to some of the comments, and then come back to my Niners game. So, uh, go ahead and timestamp it. We have Washington football team at the Carolina Panthers. We have the Panthers favored by 3, a 43.5 point over under. Football team, Panthers, little Ron Rivera revenge game here. A Cam Newton coming back, his first start, it looks like. Tell us what you think about this one. Should be an interesting one. I'm definitely gonna have eyes on this game this Sunday.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, like you said, it's a big game with Cam coming back in town. I mean, I don't think a lot of people would think that this would happen. Panthers are coming off a really big win against the Cardinals last week, and the football team is coming against a big win against the Buccaneers themselves. So this is two big wins coming against each other. So someone's got to lose. I think this will be a little bit more of a defensive game than people think it will be. Cam Newton is back, as we said. Washington football team, the only one that's really out that is significant is Ricky Seals-Jones. Apparently, Curtis Samuel came back to practice and looks questionable. Okay.
Stay away.
Yeah, just stay away from him. But it's just so odd to see. He should have been out for the year. I don't understand it. They have a really weird situation in Washington right now. So for those who don't know, the team is currently going through investigation with a lot of things, and one of the or a few of the people involved were um, the medical professionals that deal with PT and all that stuff. So they have like interns or like people that are not really certified dealing with these particular injuries and such. So it's a little scary to see that. I mean, they definitely have somebody, but they don't have the normal people that that are normally there to help. So this is just a really weird situation that they're in. I would think that they would be a little bit more cautious.
Well, maybe
But
that's why he's been hurt and can't come back because they got all the wrong medical
no,
personnel
no,
there.
that's exactly what I'm saying is that they
That's why they're under
honestly,
investigation because everyone's getting hurt.
yeah,
Fitzpatrick,
no,
everyone's
it
going down over there.
well, Fitzpatrick, we saw him get hurt. Like that was a thing. Curtis Samuel just hasn't been able to come back. But my point is that they've been having a lot rougher of a time when it comes to injuries. So I'm just staying away unless I have to. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of Cam Newton in general. Like I was saying before, a target from Cam Newton, who would I rather have a target from? Him or like Jimmy Garoppolo? I'd rather have Jimmy Garoppolo. Cam Newton he's a running guy. I'm surprised they're using him as much as they are and they trust him this much. CMC is definitely a must start. I mean, him and CMC will be fine. DJ Moore should be okay too. It's just we'll have to wait and see. I'm not excited about it. Washington football team, I'm good with, Antonio Gibson. He's been getting more carries lately. He looks a little healthier. Hopefully everything's kind of doing what he needs to. And Terry McLaurin is, always a good option in my opinion. So he's going to have a rougher time. I don't think Stephon Gilmore is on the injury report, but remember he got hurt near the end of it. No, he's not on the injury report. So, I mean, honestly, he's going to have a rough day, but he should be fine. He's been doing well against really good corners lately. So those are who I would play with. I'm not playing the backup tight end to Ricky Seals Jones, whoever that might be.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
But
So for me,
because you said that though, book him for like three
yeah.
catch
Oh,
three
for sure.
catches for
Yeah.
like
He's
15
going
yards
off.
and 2
So
touchdowns.
pick up who do we got? Pick up John Bates.
Yikes. Yeah, don't. That was
Yeah,
facetious.
don't pick up John Bates.
That was facetious.
Yeah.
So again, definitely going to be a good game. I want it. Well, I don't know about a good game.
No, it's going to be a
I-
good defensive game. It's going to be a really good defensive game.
Obviously, I want to see, what happens with Gibson. This is make or break. If you guys do have a week or two left on your trade deadlines, you're hoping, again, if you're a Gibson seller, you're hoping he has another good game to where you can move him for value. If you're someone who's kind of contemplating wanting to target Gibson, this could kind of show you, how he's going to kind of respond, coming off that bye week, and coming off that good game last week. So again, we'll see what happens. I am a little worried about just my little 2 cents. Cam Newton, just imagine how big CMC's day could have been if Cam wasn't there. He could have had 2 more touchdowns under his belt, getting those what do they call them, green zone carries inside the 5.
That's
Those could have easily been McCaffrey, so he's getting vultured. Cam was one of the big reasons why I kind of stayed away from McCaffrey. And once Cam kind of left is when I, picked McCaffrey for the first time. And again, that didn't go well last year. Anyway, moving on. So again, that's just kind of my 2 cents on the game, things I'm looking at. And we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah.
So let's get caught up here on the chats.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to throw this one up here. Ray Gamer said the Jets allowed over 178 points in just their last 4 games, so he's going to go pick up Tua just in case Kyler's out. So again,
it's a good move.
It's one of the best matchups you can get, with guys out there on the waiver wire. So it's not a bad, backup plan there.
The only thing is that since Kyler's game is at 4:00, you probably will not know about him until after the fact, unless someone like Jay Glazer breaks it ahead of time like he did last week, where they said that he was going to be, more than likely going to be out. So you might want to, if you have a Derek Carr available, in that particular time frame, he might be an okay option, but it's only because you want to get guys closer to that 4 o'clock window. Uh, maybe Daniel Jones. I mean, just somebody else that isn't in that 1 o'clock window. Otherwise, you're not gonna have anything. Like you need to have someone that's available, or just play Tua.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think I
Gallup.
just I think I just kind of went in and kind of adjusted my ranking because we began getting a lot of these Gallup questions, and I have to make that adjustment for
Yeah.
Cooper not being in there. Like I said, I adjusted CD, but completely forgot to adjust Gallup. So as I was looking at it when you're going off on that, I actually just moved Gallup up ahead of Ayuk. So now I actually have Gallup at 28
Hmm.
this week,
That's
and I
fair.
have Ayuk at 32.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at there. So another thing is that they have allowed at least 400 or more total yards in every game, but two this season. And I wish Parker was playing for the Dolphins, but Tua could see at least 3 touchdowns. Again,
Yeah.
he could, but I don't see that out of that offense. It's just, I mean, again, it could happen. It could be an aberration. People always have good games against the Jets, so that's why it's definitely not a bad, not a bad play. Like he's saying, week one they allowed 381. That's basically 400. Um, Jay Media says I dropped Cortland Sutton. Good riddance. Definitely it could be a droppable guy. There's the guys out there with more potential.
Nah, I
Um,
would have held him.
Personally, like you said, I probably would have held him unless there was
Yeah.
something, better out there. But again, if you need to open up a roster spot for like Saquon or, David Montgomery or something like that coming back, then, not a bad drop. Because he's going to be kind of up and down. We'd like to see more consistency, which he has a chance to get to towards the end of the year. They do have a nice, kind of rest of the season as far as matchups, are concerned. So just kind of keep an eye on him. You might have an opportunity to pick him back up if you need to. So Ray's still going on here, but yeah, hopefully we can get some massive amount of touchdowns this week. I'll have a good shot to make the in this playoffs in this league this week and the next 2 weeks. He's versus the two worst teams. So
Yeah. Good luck.
he's saying if he wins this week, he's going to have a good chance. So absolutely, man. He says he gave it a like. Hope everyone's having a good Friday and good upcoming weekend. Same to you, Ray. We
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Ray.
And again, if you guys are in here, if you haven't hit that like button, help us out. Hit that like button so we can help those algorithms, get out and get in everyone's in their feeds and get them here over to Get Right. So Jay Media is in here saying, does Dalton Schultz sound more appealing to start this week with Amari out? Dalton Schultz at Kansas City or Dawson Knox versus Indy for week 11.
They're going
So
to be back to
Schultz
back to
or
me.
not?
They're just right back to back. I like Schultz as a safer floor compared to Knox. Knox is a little bit more of a higher ceiling, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
I moved Schultz all the way up to my tight end 5 this week.
wow. Okay. No, that's about where I'd probably have him. I'd probably have him around 5, 6, and then Knox around that area as well. I have both of them in Dynasty. I mean, I'm
I
in
went
a
Knox. I have him at 10. He's still top 10 for me, but
yeah.
he's right at 10. I have
My
I go Schultz at 5, Fairmouth at 6, Pitts at 7. I thought he was gonna have a good game against New
nah,
England. And then Henry at
I
8,
didn't.
and then Goddard at 9. So
I
he was
didn't
the
think he
only
was
option.
gonna.
I thought he would at
No,
least
I
get
put him at
targets, in a
seven
PPR.
two. I put him at 7-2, but I
See,
really
so you can't
honestly
can't hate me for it. Can't
no,
hate
I
me
don't hate you for it. I just
for
think
it.
he had. I didn't see a big game from him, and I didn't move him lower because he was the only option. But the thing is Belichick is just so good at taking that out. So
Yeah. Jonah Archmage Eternal. What's up, Jonah? It says, I think my league just went to crap. Hawkinson and Kirk were just traded for Kamara.
Oh my God,
Um,
collusion?
yeah, you got to watch that, man. If that was one of those, if the Kamara team was kind of out of it already, and he's
Yeah,
being
that
traded
happens.
to like a contender, you got to watch out on that. I'm usually not big on vetoes, but that's
No, I'm not
kind of
doing vetoes.
close.
I don't care how it is,
Yeah,
but then you call out that guy and you call him an idiot because that. I mean, I get that Kamara's not playing this week, but that's ridiculous.
yeah, that's really tough. So again, 6-team league,
Hey man,
even still, I don't know, man. That's just a little tough.
I'm at a point in my league where I'm 1-9. I have the trade deadline coming up this week. I was in negotiations with one of my guys to try to trade off Mixon to get a first round pick for next year. And I had the opportunity to do it. I kind of waited. I was being a little bit of a dick, and I ended up not doing it. And I talked to the guy later, and he's like, I don't think it would be any worth it to me. So, we're all good. And I'm like, it is what it is. Like, there's not much you can really do with it. If you want to sell your guys, go for it. I don't mind it, but then at least be active in the waivers and trying to get guys off free agencies that are actually going to do something instead of, not setting up a roster. Those are the worst to me. If you're not putting in guys that are worth playing, that are actually active, that's one thing. So,
Yeah. Um, yeah. Jonah saying I might as well try and steal Kelsey from the owner that gave up while they're at it, right?
yeah, no,
I mean, you
honestly,
might as well. I personally, I don't like the kind of karma that comes from that from the fantasy gods. I'm really big on that.
I would do it.
So to me, I don't want to kind of engage in any of that. As a commissioner, if I started seeing that kind of just going off, you kind of put your commissioner in a bad situation if you start kind of doing stuff like that. But at the same
Mm,
time, again, it really just kind of depends on your league and kind of, the standard and integrity of the guys that you have. Some people, it's a long, grueling, 17 weeks that we have to go through for this every day, hours and hours of research, as we know. So sometimes people just get to the point where they just, we were there already. There
yeah.
was a few weeks when you're, in multiple leagues and your whole team's going to shit or you're getting a whole bunch of injuries, you just want to give up, man, and just say, like, why the hell do I even play this game? I think all of us here at Get Right have said that in a text to each other at one point in time already this year and every other year we've played. But to me, that's the fun of it, man. But at the same time, you got to make it fun for everyone. Don't be that person in that league. And ultimately, if you have stuff like that going on and, you feel there's not good integrity, then, just leave the league, next year. You could bring it up to the commissioner, but at the same time, if you're not playing with a group of guys where it's fun, then, just go into a different league. Anyway, Dylan Cassidy, to answer you quickly, no, I don't think so.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah. Tycoon saying that's pretty bad. Wow. And yeah, speaking of kind of being a dick, roster right now in negotiation, my goodness, the dentist is truth. Um, no, man, it's just because actually, I actually have a guy I can start this week, and you're kind of just wanting me to give somebody that you could play against them just because he's your handcuff. So I figured by Sunday,
Ooh,
if you really want him that bad, um, you'll come get him, man. You'll come get him if you really want him. And
yeah.
you know what I want. You know what I
Ooh,
want.
calling
You
you out on the stream. All right.
you know what I want. If you want him, you can get him. You
The
already
next
know
one's
what I want.
easy for me.
What I want is the instant. It's just the no questions asked, just auto accept. Like, you know what it is. It just
Yeah.
depends on how bad do you want it. I'm asking for a pick 2 years away right now that could be a potential bust. This guy could win you a league. You know what he is. You know, he's a good start this week and potentially beyond. You know, is what it is, man. It's all good. Anyway, enough of our stuff here. What's up, Ryan? Another Niner fan in here. Bang bang. What's up, man? He says start Ayuk or Cole Beasley and start Tua or Justin Fields. So let's go with the wide receivers first, Ayuk or Beasley.
Beasley.
I think I have. Man, it seems like we're getting asked like the same question all night. It's the same group of
Yeah.
guys that everyone's going with here this week, which isn't too uncommon. But I have Beasley at 30, and I have Ayuk at looks like lower. So I guess I'm going Beasley. Let's see. Cam Newton, I'm back. Superman Chetstret, there it is. We need to get that as one of our like pop-ups with
Oh
him
my
saying I'm
god.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was outrageous. That was pretty
Let's
pretty
go to
interesting.
Dylan. Yeah.
Hold on. I don't want him that bad. But if you want to get something for an asset that means nothing long term, then I'm your guy. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there, Tycoon. I got you.
Yeah.
I have another offer that's kind of a blockbuster in my inbox that I'm kind of putting a little more attention to first. Besides that trade, but again, you know the draft I'm targeting, so that's all I gotta say. We can make that happen. We'll get there. Um, he said, "Yeah, it's enough of our stuff. I just had to call you out publicly. Of course, that's why we're here to shame each other in this game. That's what it's all about. Talking junk, man. That's what it's all about." So Dylan says, "Drop Fuller and pick up Foreman." So what do you think
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
I would say yeah,
Fuller's
because
not.
Fuller's nothing,
Yeah.
man. He's
He's
nothing this
nothing
year.
right now. If you want to, if you haven't put him on your IR if you have it.
Yeah.
If not, drop him.
Adrian, what's up, man?
What up?
Welcome back. Someone just dropped Mike Williams. If you can get him for free, I'm down to pick
I
him
like
up.
it.
You know,
No,
if
he
you have a
dropped Landry
Fuller.
for him. That's like dropping someone for free. I'm good with that.
Oh yeah. See, in that
Yeah.
case, that's definitely a come up. So good.
That's an upgrade.
Absolutely. Again, just you know what you're getting out of those guys, but you know, again, we talked about it earlier. Baker's being held together by toothpicks and like a marshmallow man right now,
Yeah.
duct tape and all kinds of other things. So, you know, straps and gizmos and you know all this stuff. So he has
The
like
$1 million
basically
man.
yeah, he's playing with like a straight jacket on at this point. All right, man. So let's get back to some of these game breakdowns, man, and we'll try to get out of here pretty soon. Of course, we'll be back here Sunday morning to get back to your questions. So if you have them, definitely drop them in here. But we will get back to them, or we will be back here on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Here Pacific time, or like midnight or whatever time that is Eastern time. You guys are so far ahead; it's ridiculous.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Eastern. All right, man. So we have this my and Tycoons and Ryan's and everybody in here at the 49ers versus or at Jacksonville Jaguars. We have the Niners favored by 6.5, 45.5 point over under. Obviously, we just dominated the Rams on Monday Night Football. I was so stoked during that game. Again, I had some apprehension coming into it. As I mentioned, I dropped San Francisco D
Yeah.
to pick up the Packers D in one league and to pick up the Broncos in another. The Packers ended up not being that bad of a drop for, but the Denver one cost me. So tell us in your words about this game. I'd like to
Yeah,
hear
I
it from you,
mean, you
Mike.
summed up
Break
the
it down.
Niners. I mean, they're coming off a, primetime win versus the Rams. That was a huge win. Jags are coming off a big loss to the Colts. Niners have Elijah Mitchell listed as doubtful with the finger injury. I didn't think he was going to play at all. They kept calling it a game time decision and everything. And I wasn't thinking he was going to play with just having surgery the other day. Takes time to heal, all those things. He's probably going to be out for a couple weeks. I'm not a doctor, but I don't see this, I just don't see him coming back. I've listened to a lot of reports that keep saying he can hold the ball, but it's just based on how much it really is going to affect him. And honestly, we don't know what that is. And I think he's going to be missing more than just this week. He might miss the week after as well. So just be prepared for something like that. Jermichael Hasty, he's already listed as out, so he'll be out. So it looks like a good Jeff Wilson day. So if you saved him and you're willing to play him, this is the day you can play him. I dropped him in one. I had him in two of my leagues. I dropped him in one of my leagues, and I'm a little upset because I didn't pick him back up. But I'm playing him with confidence this week. I think he'll be more than okay. So he's one of my starts. Debo, Kittle are must starts. You're going to start Jimmy Garoppolo as well. Like, I'm not saying Jimmy isn't a bad option. From before, he's definitely a good option, but they'll probably lean on the run a little bit. So he has more of a lower floor than most, but it's a safe floor. I'd say anywhere between 13 to 17 points, something like that, where he'll be a solid play for you, but he's not going to get you that 20 plus unless he's rushing in touchdowns, which I think they're gonna have Jeff Wilson doing that for him. So I think Jeff will have a decent, pretty decent game. Jags side of the ball, you're definitely going to be starting James Robinson.
Sit them all.
Right now, he's listed. James Robinson's listed as questionable, but it looks like he's trending towards playing like last week. Another possible person to play is Jamal Agnew. He's been doing real well lately. He had like a 70-yard rush for a touchdown. He's just good at getting
66.
around. Oh, 66. He went
I
around
got you.
that corner. I thought it was 71, but he's good at. He's just fast, man. The guy gets tons of targets. He's quick. They use him in the backfield.
Should have been ETN.
Oh yeah, he's basically ETN light. But he's really good. They're using him the way that they should. I'm also okay with playing Dan Arnold. I mean, Dan Arnold has been for the last 2-3 weeks just been killing it. And I feel comfortable playing him this week. I know that Fred Warner is one of the best corner or cover linebackers in the game, but I still
You don't
feel
have to
like
say it like that. You could just say that with a regular voice.
No, I can't because you guys consistently tell me that he's the best around. And I saw him get like destroyed by one of the tight ends a couple weeks ago. And I just sat there and I'm like, you got
Hey,
to be
nobody's
kidding me.
perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Anyway, Dan Arnold the last 3 weeks has been the tight end 6. So I'm pretty comfortable with playing him, this particular week. So yeah,
There it
that's all
is.
I really have for that.
Yeah. No, I was kind of just all saying it there. I think you hit pretty much everything on the head there. Um, so we can definitely move on.
Yeah.
Any questions about guys in this game? I think it's pretty straightforward as far as what's going on, and we'll go from there. So next game we have here, Cincinnati Bengals at Oakland Raiders.
Yeah,
We have the Bengals favored by 1 on the road, 49.5 point over under. So they're kind of expecting a back and forth shootout here.
Yeah.
So tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean
Gonna-
the Bengals are coming off the bye, so everyone's pretty healthy in this particular game. It's not it's a little strange to see at this time of year. They are only missing Alec Ingold, who's their fullback, who kind of plays a couple dual roles on the team. But beyond him, it looks like Jalen Richard is questionable at this point. He got hurt at the end of the game last week. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, right now the Bengals are you're going to be starting Jamar Chase, Mixon, Higgins. I don't think you can really go Boyd at this point. Uzama, if you really want to. I mean, since week 8, Uzama is tight end 5, so he's not a horrible option. But I don't see it. He's touchdown dependent in my opinion. He has a ton of touchdowns. So that's up to you. Starting Burrow as well. I mean, it's a good matchup against the Raiders. Raiders are beat up in the secondary. Raiders side of the ball, I'm definitely starting Josh Jacobs and Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller. Those are the 3 that I'm very comfortable with. I'm not comfortable playing Derek Carr, even though it's a decent matchup. I think that the Bengals are very underrated on their pass rush. So I think this might be a little bit of a tough game for him.
And you get Carr off his spot, and he looks
he looks bad.
Very different. If he can sit back and pick apart a defense, he's actually pretty decent, and that's why he has those games and has those runs.
Yeah.
But when he starts to get pressure on him, I mean, with any quarterback, but again, that's
More
why I
him.
just wasn't big on this, Raiders team heading into the year. Was because of their offensive line woes.
His last 3 weeks,
I'm still there.
His last 3 weeks, he's QB 20. So, I'm not liking that. The last 4 weeks, if you want to add an extra week to try to make it better, he was QB 19. So I don't like it. So I'm not interested in playing him this week. But if you're in a tight spot, the secondary matchup's good. The pass rush, though, they're pretty good. I'm a big fan of Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard. They are
Are you
very
playing
underrated.
Are you playing Tua over Carr this week?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd play Tua over most options.
Interesting. Maybe I
Yeah.
gotta move Tua up a bit, but again, I still
I
feel
think he's a top 10 this week. He's
interesting.
definitely within that top 5. He's probably around 7 or 8 for me.
Wow. All right. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see how it
I have
turns
to
out this
look.
week.
Honestly, I have
'Cause
to look.
we're seeing 2 totally different games there. I just think it's funny when, we get 2 people, we both do a lot of research on this stuff. We both, for the most part, kinda seem, fairly similar on,
Consensus has him
a
at
lot of
15.
things, but yeah, so
I have him
that means
above.
Consensus has him exactly, like, in the middle of where we both have him. You have him at 10, I have him at 20, Consensus is at 15.
I'd have, yeah. I mean, I
I
have
mean,
him
that's like
at,
it doesn't get any better than that. I think that's enough said right there, right?
yeah, I
It
mean,
just
now that I'm
validates it.
looking at it, I put him at 9. Like after
Wow.
looking at, actually, you know what? I'm moving him to 8 because the Herbert. Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, I have Allen, Lamar, Mahomes, Brady, Prescott, Rogers, Hurts above him. I
Man.
can't play Murray. I can't play Murray higher. Russell, I don't trust. I'm just trying to look at like outliers that I keep seeing that I haven't moved up. I might move Cousins up a little bit, but maybe Burrow up. Maybe Burrow would be above him, so maybe I'll drop to it at 9. But honestly, he's in that range for me.
Wow. There it is. And that's
Yeah.
why you see a consensus of 15. Ooh, we gotta end the show. I'm starting to get my words going here. A quick little a cool thing here. I got a text from my wife that my daughter fell asleep watching our show tonight. So
Aw.
shout out to the fam that was listening to us and my daughter, but she's asleep now. So but that was cool, man.
Now
It's
we
a
can
cool
start
little text to
cursing.
get.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, so I gotta kind of watch myself, I guess. Um that's cool though, man. She's stepping up her fantasy football game. I love it. Love
There, I
it.
like it. I like it.
Um yeah, my 6-year-old. So there we go. It's
Aw.
it's a good show. We gotta be good sometimes. All right, so we're gonna get to your guys' questions here, but I want to get to keep them coming. But we're gonna try to get through these games here, and then we'll finish up with the Q&A. So yeah, so I don't really have too much to add on that either. Just hoping for big games out of Burrow and Chase myself. Um, and that's pretty much all I care about in that game. So we have next game on the docket is the Dallas Cowboys at Kansas City Chiefs. I think this is the one we're
Yeah.
all waiting to watch. Surprisingly, it's not a primetime game.
Yeah, I'm
I don't know.
surprised.
I don't know how that happened. I would have loved
Surprised
to
they
seen
didn't
this.
flex.
They
They
should have
should have
flexed this
flexed
on
it.
Thursday.
No,
This would
they
have been
should
a
have.
way better
No, no, no,
Thursday
no,
game.
no. They should flex this to Sunday night and kick out the
Steelers and
Pittsburgh and
Chargers.
yeah, just because it's
Yeah.
going to be a bunch of Hey, we'll go through that in a minute, but
Anyway, we'll
yeah,
get there. All right, so Dallas Cowboys. I think it's only fitting. Dallas Cowboys at Kansas City Chiefs. We have the Chiefs favored by only 2.5
yeah.
at home. So that means they feel like the Cowboys are bringing that heat.
Oh yeah.
Um, again, 55.5 over under. We're pretty much firing everybody here that's fantasy relevant up for the most part. We've talked about a lot of these guys. These two teams are basically filled with fantasy studs. But I'll let you kind of break down the backstories and tell us what we're looking for in this game. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. So, I mean, Cowboys are coming off a huge win versus the Falcons. The Chiefs are coming off a huge win against the Raiders, where they literally took that top spot in the AFC West. The big news that we all heard of, a little bit before the show was Amari Cooper is now on the COVID list. So he'll be out for both games. He'll be out for this game and next week's Thanksgiving game since he's not vaccinated. So he will be pushed off a little bit for a couple weeks. So if you're the Cooper owner, I'm sorry. It is what it is. You just got to find a good pivot at this point. The Cowboys and Chiefs, besides that, everyone's pretty healthy. Tyron Smith is questionable, but that didn't really stop anything last week, as we saw. Chiefs aren't that crazy with the pass rush, but it'll be a lot more helpful with him there. For me, this is a huge game. This is points everywhere. 55 point, over under is a huge, margin. I'm playing everybody. I don't care who it is in this matchup. you're going to be, I'm not playing the defenses. I won't play them because I think they're just going to go off.
Well said.
With Cooper out, I'm going to play Schultz and Gallup. I like both of them. I think they're the safe options. I don't think they're the really high ceiling guys. Zeke, CD, Dak, those guys are a little bit more, ceiling plays, but definitely Schultz is a good play, I think, this week. That's just me, in my opinion. Mahomes is a must start, as always. Hill is always going to be an auto, as well as Travis Kelce. I think a really great option is Darrell Williams. We saw what he could do last week on, taking basically control of that, running back spot. And, we do know that CH will be back probably after the bye. He's not coming back this week. They have till Saturday to activate him. So hopefully, for them, he'll have a 21-day window after they activate him. So for me, I feel like that's what they're going to probably end up doing, waiting until the last minute to do it. I also think, and we were talking about this a little bit before, I honestly think I think Darrell Williams takes this particular backfield for the rest of the season. CH isn't horrible, but he wasn't doing anything in the beginning of the season. He was coming off, he got injured. He stayed out for a little bit longer than we thought. I think Darrell Williams has been a incredibly good option in both the passing game and so on. So even if CH is out there, I'm completely fine with Darrell Williams. Just a little small note that I wrote for myself: Zeke and Pollard. I would actually be okay with starting Pollard in this. If it's a close game, they might have to lean towards him. But honestly, Zeke and him have been splitting carries almost down the middle, 38 to 32. So that's a pretty decent split, which I didn't think was the case. But Zeke is still doing well with what he, with the carries that he has. So we'll see. But I'm definitely playing a lot of those options as well. If you want to go even a little deeper, I'm fine with Mecole Hardman. I think he's a really good option, and he'll be the lesser side of Trayvon Diggs. He'll get less coverage with Anthony Brown, so I feel a little bit. I feel a little more confident with him, even though, like Ant said, a lot of the other options haven't really done well, other than Hill, Kelce, and Mahomes. But I still feel like he could go off a little bit if that's how the game plan's set. So
Yeah. The only thing I'm going to disagree with you on is CEH. Before CEH went down, he was coming off back-to-back 100-yard games,
okay,
17 carries in week 3 against the Chargers. Chargers run defense isn't all that great. But again, 17 carries for 100 yards, 5.9-yard average, 2 targets for 9 yards and a touchdown. Also had against Philly, 14 carries for 102 yards, a 7.3-yard average. Also had 2 catches for 12 yards and another touchdown. And then he got hurt in that Buffalo game after just 7 carries, and kind of coincides with when the Chiefs kind of started playing bad. Was when he wasn't putting up these 100-yard games, when they were able to control and keep that safety down in the box to try to help control their run game, and they can get off those other big plays. So to me, I think again, Darrell Williams has been a great fantasy option. He's kind of like the Jalen Hurts, if you will, of this Kansas City team, but just kind of in a different fashion. Like, he's putting up great fantasy numbers, but as far as the team goes, they're not, weren't actually kind of winning based on his production.
okay,
Until he got more involved in, last week's game. Of course, 9 catches for over 100 yards in the passing game. But even with all that, and even if we consider Darrell Williams as the, passing down back in this offense, CH has 2, receiving touchdowns to Darrell Williams' only 1, which by all means was an incredible,
oh, great
incredible catch that he had
great catch.
last week. But to me, I think the loss of CH has kind of been a little overlooked. Again, he wasn't great. We don't see him as a workhorse back or anything like that. But he gives that extra little, wrinkle in this offense that I think was one of those things that you didn't know what you had until it was gone.
Yep.
So again, I'm excited to see what happens when he comes back, to see if that's what it was. And I think with this nice 1-2 punch that Darrell Williams has, I think Andy Reid could get even a little more creative with this
Yeah,
offense by maybe putting both of these guys on the field at the same time, considering they don't really have that, second and third wide receiver option. So maybe we say CCH and Darrell Williams split out with Kelsey and Tyreek Hill, and maybe only, Hardman, out there, and maybe not even Hardman at all. So again, it's just one of those things where, you know, I just, I don't necessarily agree with kind of your take on
I
that.
get it.
But that's what we're here, to do, is to give you both sides of the coin. So, and again, nothing against you or anything like
Hey,
that.
man,
It's
we
just
know
kind of
that.
how I'm looking at it and analyzing the data that I see. So, it is what it is. But other than that, great breakdown as always. And anything else you have to say on that one? I'm just looking forward to
Nah,
this game, as it should be a great game.
I agree.
Should be a great game. All right, so moving on, we'll go Arizona Cardinals at Seattle Seahawks. We have the Cardinals favored by 2.5. Now I don't know if that's with or without, what we know with Kyler. I'm sure this line may move, depending on how we go towards game day. As of now, it's a 48.5 point over under. So tell us about the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the biggest, question mark in the game is Kyler. The Cardinals are coming off a really tough loss to the Panthers. Seahawks are coming off a bad loss to the Packers. We already know that the Cardinals are going to be without DeAndre Hopkins and Justin Pugh. I mentioned Justin Pugh just because he's a solid left guard. So he'll be out for this game. The Cardinals are a tad banged up, mostly on the defensive side of the ball. Buda Baker is listed as questionable. He only had one practice this week and on Wednesday, and was limited or did not practice Thursday or Friday. So we'll see. Colt McCoy and Murray are both listed as questionable. They keep saying that Murray is going to be more of a game time decision. So, like I've said in the beginning, please make sure you guys have a backup for them. The best thing to do is making sure you guys have a backup in the later games compared to the earlier games. If you're going to go with the earlier games, then just steer clear of Murray. I would feel more comfortable in my own skin playing someone like Tua over Murray just because I don't know what's going to happen here. So honestly, that's just my opinion with that. Um, but we'll see. On the Seattle side of the ball, we just heard, and like we talked about, Chris Carson will be out for the rest of the season and being put on season-ending IR for his neck. We all kind of saw it coming. If you didn't, like some of my friends who are idiots, just I'm sorry. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of a Alex Collins, Travis Homer, DJ
Rashad
Dallas.
Penny.
Oh, I keep forgetting about him because he's always hurt. Rashad Penny as well. So all these
He'll
guys
be
are going
hurt
to
again.
be, huh?
I said he'll get hurt again, so don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
probably.
But go ahead.
So my point is either way they have a little bit. Seattle's a little a tad banged up too. They have a few people hurt on the defensive side of the ball as well. I'm still playing Connor. I'm playing Ertz. I like Christian Kirk a lot more than I do AJ Green, and I'm going to say that now because I know that if Martin's listening, just so that you know, yes, I rather play Kirk over AJ Green. AJ Green stinks compared. So anyway, so I mean, Kirk did play a ridiculous amount of snaps compared to. I looked up a lot of stuff after the fact, so. I would definitely hesitate when it's coming to play Murray. Benjamin, okay, yeah, why not? If you're in a PPR league or a deeper league, but only that's a break. It's breaking the glass, unless you need somebody. Right now, I'm a little hesitant to play Russell Wilson. We saw what he did last week, and it didn't look good. Cardinals defense can do work that they've been playing well here and there. They didn't play well this week or the last week, but we'll see. You're definitely playing Metcalf, you're playing Lockett, and you're probably going to be playing Alex Collins. You're going to be forced to play Alex Collins too in some situations. So, I'm okay with playing those guys for now. I'm not comfortable playing, Gerald Everett or Will Disley. I mean, they just don't do anything for me.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, fair enough. Good call on that. Yeah, the biggest thing is I think just like last week, I think we'll get that news early enough. I was just happy that we got the news early and it actually was true.
yeah,
That he
that's the
wasn't
tough
was in
part.
fact out. So that's the tough part. So that leads me to believe, what we'll hear, in the morning, will be good. So that you can hopefully make that decision to play Tua, or Kyler right away. If you keep hearing, oh, game time decision, kind of through the morning,
Yeah,
you're gonna really have to just kind of, throw the towel in one way or the other. Or
yeah.
not throw the towel in, so to speak. That was kind of a
No,
bad
you,
bad analogy to use, but you're just gonna have to kind of take a leap of faith one way or
yeah.
another. That's probably better to say. Um, but yeah, so come with us, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on Sunday morning, and
We'll
we
help
will
you
be
break
going
it
through
down.
those actives, inactives, and we'll let you know how we're feeling heading up to game day. So,
Mm,
otherwise, I think you broke it down great. Let's get on to the next one here, two more, and we'll get to the rest of these questions and call it a night.
nice.
We have a Sunday night game, prime time, Steelers at Chargers. We have the Chargers favored by 6.5, 47 point over under. Kind of a lot of fringe, guys here that had value that are kind of, falling off, kind of people that are in possible good situations. But tell us, who are these guys? Which ones are we starting? Which ones are we sitting?
So I mean, Steelers are coming off a tie versus the Lions. I mean, that if you watch that game, that was just
Listen, your
a
sister
beyond kissing your sister. It
is brutal.
was. I think it was worse than that. Or, I mean, what? I mean the Chargers are coming off a loss to the Vikings. So right now, no one's really sure about Ben. We probably won't know more until Saturday, just because he's on the COVID list. He came on it very late or very early in the week on Monday. So it's a little bit different. So we might not know until a little closer to game time. So I would prepare for Mason Rudolph, but I don't like it either way. It's a Sunday night game, so be wary of that. On the defensive side of the ball for the Steelers, J.J. Watt will be out as well as Joe Hayden. So their best corner and their um, you know, best defensive player are both going to be out. Well, yeah, best defensive player are going to be out. So just be aware of that. Chase Claypool will be available for this game and will be playing. Um, on the Chargers, the only one that's really missing in this game is Nick Bosa. He's still on the COVID list. So he will be out probably for this game. I'm only really comfortable playing Najee Harris in this game. If Ben plays, I'd feel a little bit better about Deontay Johnson. But I think a couple or two other guys that I'd maybe have a little bit better or more faith in is Ray McLeod. He's been getting a lot of push lately and a lot more targets. And Pat Fryermuth, who's I think if I looked up correctly while I was doing my little stats for everybody else, but looking at the tight end, he was tight end 4 for the last 4 weeks, and for the last 3 weeks, he is tight end 1. So he's been doing very well lately. I he did well even with Mason Rudolph. Like I said, check downs are always a backup quarterback's best friend. On the Chargers side of the ball, I'm playing Herbert, I'm playing Eckler, I'm playing Allen Williams. It's hard to trust the tight ends. I can never tell which one's going to do better. Jared Cook or Parham. I can never tell you who's going to do well. So um, it's tough. It's tough. But other than that, it's really based on if Ben plays, and even with Ben out, Ben out there, it's still nothing. He's kind of like Baker. He's kind of being held together. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, well said. I don't have too much to add on that one. I think you broke it
Yeah,
down well. Like you said, we're just kind of not sure, which way to go with Williams right now, where he's at. Obviously love Deontay Johnson, for me personally. And again, Chase Claypool, we've still kind of yet to see him
yeah,
blow up without Juju. But that could happen at any time. We saw it happen with Juju around this time last year when he started to break out. Kind
hmm
of been hampered by injuries here this year. and that toe, isn't looking great, like you said.
Yeah.
But looks like he's going to come through it, which is good because they were originally talking potential, season ending or IR. So again, I don't want to sit here and just kind of repeat everything you just said, but those are the things I kind of wanted to just kind of reiterate there. So well done, Mike. As always, good breakdown. And let's get to your Monday Night Giants game here, and then we're gonna get to the rest of the questions there. So we see you guys going away in the chat. So start flooding them up. Any other last minute questions you guys have, we'll break down this game, do our last Q&A session, and we'll call it a night. So if you have any questions, get them in, or forever hold your peace until Sunday morning. Or if you just want to take it over to the Sleeper channel, we'll go there. And speaking of which, I think Tycoon just sent me another offer for Jeff Wilson, so we'll see. We'll see what that is. I'm kind of excited. See, I told you he wants him. He just plays a hard bargain. I respect it. We game respects game. It is what it is. I'm glad we can negotiate it out here through the show. So here we go. Your New York Football Giants at the Tampa Bay, or should we say Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks are favored by 10.5. It's one of those kind of games. 49.5 point over under. They're kind of expecting this as a get right game. A little bit of a get right game for the Bucks here. Everyone's kind of projecting Brady to just let you guys have it this week. They're coming back home. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, like I always say every week, the Monday night game, we don't have a full breakdown of their injuries, so it's kind of hard to give you a full perspective. But based on what we have so far this week, we see Saquon with limited practices all week. That's a great sign compared to the last few weeks where he hasn't been practicing at all. So we should see him, on the field. I think a lot of people have that question as well. Where do you play Saquon Barkley this week against a really good Buccaneers team who just lost really bad to the Washington football team? So for me, I feel comfortable playing with him, and another reason why I'm comfortable playing with him is because on the Bucs side of the ball, Vita Vea has not been practicing all week with a knee injury. That's a huge.
That's huge.
Huge loss, and he
I
is
thought you were going to say a huge man.
Well,
He's
he is both a
man.
huge man
and
he is a huge loss because he is a monster of a human being and one of the best nose tackles in the game. I mean, he is honestly just one of my favorite to watch. Right now they have Steve McClendon also, who's another big dude in that middle of the field. It's not injury related, it says, but he didn't practice Friday or Thursday. So just something to keep an eye on. Jason Pierre-Paul looks like he'll be back, but he's got something with his hand. I don't know which one. I don't know if it's the good or the bad one. But he has a club on it, so I don't know what's going on with him. It looks like we're going to get Rob Gronkowski back this week. He's been a full participant so far, Thursday and Friday, so it looks like he'll be ready to suit up. Chris Godwin has been limited all week, so right now he's on the 60-40 on playing. Antonio Brown, unfortunately, is going to be out for a tad longer than what they expected, so be aware of that. If you have Brown, you might want to see if people think he might be back in time for the playoffs. You can maybe trade him for, something. So, other than that, I feel confident with starting Saquon this week. I know a lot of people aren't because of how good this defense is and blah blah blah. I know Devin White and Levante David are just really great linebackers, but that doesn't stop me at all. They've been having weak games lately. So I'm fine with firing him up. They do use him in the pass game. Devontae Booker is also a little banged up as well on the Giants side of the ball. We definitely know that Sterling Shepard won't be back, even though they stated in one of the things that he was at practice today, which didn't make any sense because they listed him as did not practice. So I don't understand that. So right now it's going to be, Galladay, it's going to be Tony, It's going to be John Ross sprinkled in there with Colin Johnson as well. So, that's what's going to be on the Giants side of the ball. The only ones I feel comfortable playing, I feel confident playing Barkley. Daniel Jones to a weaker extent. He's like a super flex option for me, maybe QB2. If you're in a pinch and you don't have any, like if someone grabs all the other options beforehand and Jones is sitting there, I'd pick him up because they've been weak against the pass lately. So, maybe. But I feel confident starting Galladay and Tony just because of what I just said. They have a weak defense in the secondary. They're all their cornerbacks seem to be beat up. Evan Ingram, I'm okay with as well. Maybe we see a little something from him this week. We'll see. For the Bucks, I'm playing. Nah, I know. I just got to throw his name out there. I'm not as confident.
I would have brought it up
I know.
if you didn't.
Oh, I know you would have. I'm comfortable playing.
Any Darius Slayton in this one? He's still out, or what's the deal with
Darius Slayton's back, but I just don't. He doesn't do anything for me that makes me. He's a deep threat guy, so he has a high ceiling, low floor. He's just not. He's nothing to me, really.
Ooh, he's nothing to him. You hear that, Slayton? You're nothing to him.
Forget about it. Sorry.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
All right.
And so, then, I'm starting Fournette, Brady, Mike Evans. Those are like solid locks for me. If Godwin's playing, I'm playing him. Well, I'm saying if he's playing. If he's out, I mean, like I said, he's questionable. He should be playing. I'm playing him. Gronk, I'm always going to play Gronk against the Giants. It's just always play your tight end against the Giants. Just always do it. Just feel confident doing it, and you'll be fine. But yeah.
There it is. Well, good luck to your Giants, man. They're gonna need it.
It's gonna be a rough one. It's gonna be a rough one.
Everyone's gonna be watching it, and we'll be talking about it as soon as it ends on Monday night on our overreaction show at 9:30 p.m. Pacific. Sometimes on Monday we start at 10. Mondays are tough for us getting into the week and all that. But my son's baseball season's over. Now winter ball's over. So I'll be here. Should be here on time. So we'll see you guys then. So let's get into the rest of these chats here. We're kind of behind on them. Appreciate you guys sticking it out here. And if you did miss it live, hopefully you're going to get your answers to your questions here now. So we're going to go back here to Adrian. Oops, we already got that one. I apologize. He said, Tom Brady, I've been waiting like a half hour to make sure I clicked the right one, and I still ended up clicking the wrong one. Tom Brady or Dak or Lamar start two.
Brady, Dak.
Yeah, give me Brady and that's tough. That's tough. Like
the Lamar Dak one is tough.
Why do you have those three quarterbacks?
I don't know how you have those three. Oh, it's probably super
or why?
It's probably super flex. That's why.
Even still, how'd you get those three quarterbacks in super flex?
Probably traded.
Yeah, what's funny is I literally have I go Prescott, Brady, Jackson, 2, 3, 4 is how I have them ranked this week. So
I'm going Dak.
In that case, I go Prescott and Brady.
Yeah.
But literally, you can just flip coins, and I have them all right next to each other. And then he's saying big flex here. He's first place in both leagues. Mr. Adrian, 7-3 on a 7-game winning streak in one of them, and a 5-game winning streak in the other. About coincides with the time you started watching the show. So I'm not saying anything or not, but it's just say coincidence or not. But nice self flex there, Adrian.
I'm putting the 10 fingers up for a reason.
For his 10-game win streak, we know.
10 games. Sorry.
There it is. It happens. He's also 0-10, so it could go either way.
No, I'm 1-9.
1-9. All right. See,
I at least got one win out of that one.
Quick to correct me there.
It's worth it.
Dylan said, "Hey guys, if you need someone with too much time on their hands for a Thanksgiving Christmas stream, let me know." Dylan, part of the winner of our Get Right Listener League is the winner gets to come on and do a segment here with us. So make sure you get in the running for that next year to get in the redraft Listener League. But we might have to do something, man. Maybe we'll hold a watch party, invite a couple of listeners on here with us to to just kind of stream and watch the game and just kind of talk open talk football. Maybe answer some questions live on the stream and do something like that. So we'll have to talk off air. Dylan, hit me up on the sleeper or through Twitter, and we'll talk, man. Hit me up for sure. He says, should I be worried about running backs playing Kansas City rest of the season? I feel like they're hitting a stride, and I don't want to face a stifling defense. Really, kind of just depends. I don't think they're a defense that you're trying to like necessarily avoid. A la the Bucks or the Saints. Stuff like that. But you know, I personally am not worried about Kansas City run defense.
No.
It's just that if their offense gets going, what happens is it kind of phases out the running game. It's not so much that you can't run on them; it's just more game script more than anything. So that's what you have to worry about with your running backs facing KC. I think more so than their defense itself.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We have a boardroom asking Dylan if he's on Twitter.
Yeah, you can
Yes,
skip the J. Yeah.
yes, he is. And so I think he hit him with the follow back as well. So they connected there, and he followed him back. So right on there, we're all making friends here. We're connecting. We're growing that Get Right community, and this is how we do it.
You can go to J
Tycoon's
Media.
asking. Oh, okay, well, I was going to say he's asking. He said yes.
He was
drop,
just
Fuller
responding.
performing. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was above. J Media is here saying thanks, Mike and Nat, for the week 11 tips.
Anytime.
That's why we're here. That's what we're here for. We have a FF season sighting. What's up, season? Trade away Jamar Chase and Michael Carter for either one of JT or CMC. I think you have it in the right order. I would do either one of those.
Yeah, I would
in
do
a heartbeat.
JT. Yeah.
But I would prefer JT over CMC for the reasons we discussed earlier.
Wait, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You?
Yes.
You finally changed your opinion. Thank God.
No. It's only Cam Newton. Cam Newton vulturing those 2 touchdowns scares the living daylights out of me.
I get it.
If it was still Sam Darnold, I would say go get CMC.
You and your CMC all year. Okay. All right.
Until that's
Cam.
why I kind of that's why I faded the Eagles backfield. That's why I faded the Cardinals backfield. That's just how it works for me. So when that's why I was fading the Baltimore backfield. It had nothing to do with Dobbins or Gus. It had to do with Lamar. It has nothing to do with CMC. It has to do with Cam. It has nothing to do with Connor or Chase. It had to do with Kyler. You get the picture.
Yep.
Johnny Dang, what's up, man? If you're still here, hopefully you're still watching.
Oh, that's mean.
Oh, what happened?
Skipping his kicker question.
Oh, my bad. I honestly didn't see it. I just saw season still.
No, you saw it and you skipped it.
No, because I actually am prepared. I have a window open for this.
I did too.
So I was preparing for it. One of the guys, I'm not going to say a whole bunch of streaming kickers, but one guy I like
got 2 or 3.
is Dustin Hopkins for the Chargers. If you can somehow get him, reason being is if you guys know me by now, you're going to know exactly why.
In a dome.
What do I always say? See, you guys are starting to get the
idea. I'm gonna go with
starting week 12 at Denver. Everybody loves kicking at Denver, at Cincinnati. Depending on how the weather's going to be there, should be fine. But then starting week 14, he's in a dome basically the rest of the year. At home against the Giants, at home against Kansas City, at Houston in their dome, gets Broncos again at home in their dome for your championship. So give me a bunch of Dustin Hopkins. He's guy I'm targeting.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for 1 week, Evan McPherson.
He did say this week. I thought he meant rest of season. Dang it.
Yeah, for this week, Evan McPherson, not a bad choice against the Raiders. They're in a dome, so another reason why I like them.
I'm not even starting a kicker this week. Matt Gay's on a bye, and I'm not even starting a kicker. Projected to still win by 20, but that's okay.
Nice.
We'll play it out.
Maybe Mike Badgley. I don't mind Mike Badgley as a lower option. They're playing Buffalo, but they're at Buffalo, so that's a little tougher. I do like Zane Gonzalez. He's been doing real well since Cam got there because Cam can't seem to finish drives. So, I don't mind that either. I also really like Randy Bullock if he's available. Always a fan of Bullock. And I mean, Greg Zerloin's coming back from COVID, but they're playing at Kansas City. It might be windy there. I don't think I can trust that.
And for
Maybe
anything else,
Mason.
hit
Ooh,
Mike
Mason
up in
Crosby.
his DMs.
Yeah,
Hit him up
for
in the
sure.
DMs. You guys could talk kickers more. I'm trying to go
I
to
love
bed.
kicker. Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't want to hear it.
He'll talk to you. No, I'm not going to bed. I got some Dexter to watch, man. I'm trying to get caught up so I can
Ooh,
watch. I'm rewatching Dexter so I can get caught up. I'm kind of letting some of the new
nice.
seasons, new episodes catch up so I can kind of binge those out. So
Okay. All
I'm trying to at least squeeze in an episode or two
right, we
before I
got
go to
one more
bed.
question, actually.
One more question, yeah, and then we'll be able to end it here, man. Well, I don't know if it was a question,
Nope.
but I just wanted to put this up in
Ayuk.
regards to what I was saying. My man
Okay.
CMC still balled with Cam at the helm, and I love JT almost more than anyone.
Yep, me
Um,
too.
I agree. But again, you mixing that injury risk. His schedule isn't that great. Weather's kind of bad. You got JT. He's playing in a dome. He's been getting bell cow, numbers. I'll take him. I'll take him. And he says he's doing the same with Dexter. What's up, Tycoon? See, we're on that same thing right now. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
I'm on season 2, episode 4, I think. So I'll
Oh
keep you
wow,
guys.
you're a
keep
little
you guys
behind.
posted. Yeah.
You got some.
No, I've already
You got
watched the
some
whole
time.
thing. I literally just started binging it like
Yeah, that's
4
what I
days
mean. You're a
4
little
days
behind.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'll get caught up. So let's see.
Ayuk
Going back
or
to that question
Mooney?
there, Johnny Dang, Ayuk or Mooney? I have them literally only one person in between them, 2
back-to-back?
spots apart.
Yeah.
I have Ayuk at 30 and Mooney at 32.
I just wanted to look at Mooney real quick to see if he was okay. So at least he was limited. No tag. I'm gonna go Mooney. I can't
I have
pick
Marquez
Ayuk.
Callaway in between the two of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
only because he's going up against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
He could just break for a big play or get a touchdown.
I thought of that too, and I'm like, I'd rather just play
just-
Mooney. Mooney's more talented in my opinion.
Yeah, they're both they're kind of both down there, and I don't think Mooney's as talented as Ayuk, man. He just needs to get worked into that offense, so we'll see. Not quite yet. They're close, but nah. And he has a little bit better quarterback thrown to him as well. Again, but that's good. So what else do we have in here? We have Dylan saying thanks for a great stream as always, guys. Of course, that's why we're doing it, man. This is what we're doing. Tycoon saying he's in season 4 of the rewatch, so I'm a little behind you there. So I'll be catching up, trying to get caught up on a good episode right now. Can't lie that my mind's kind of been halfway there during the show. No, not at all, man. I've been talking football this whole time. This was fun, man. It's a good show.
Oh, always.
And I'm glad we're ending at almost only 3 hours.
Yeah, me too, man. I got
a
long day tomorrow.
half hour longer than I wanted, but we're trying to trim it down for you guys here.
Yeah.
And just any intriguing flex trade options for you guys, players who aren't highly rated but are consistent flex plays. Dylan,
yeah, hit us up later.
We'll
it's
take
hard
this
to
on
tell.
Halfline. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little more research on that. For you there. We talked a lot of buy sell trade, so maybe go back and rewatch the Wednesday episode when we did the roster management. We talked about a lot of guys to target there, who to look for, and stuff like that. So again, it's just those guys that are available. A lot of them that we've kind of been talking about tonight, and most importantly, is just being comfortable being uncomfortable in fantasy football. So sometimes you have to take the name off the jerseys and just kind of look at matchups and things like that. And sometimes you just have to kind of go with your gut and who you feel. And that's why we're here, helping you try to make some of those decisions. So trust yourself. You guys know what you're doing. You're here. We're talking it every day. So again, just let us know kind of maybe guys you're looking at. And it all depends on leagues and, roster sizes and all those kind of things. So, we'll help you break it down in the sleeper community. With that said, I don't know about you. I know you're probably getting tired there, man. You got your second win going, so hopefully you can get through it. But it was real fun tonight. Really appreciate everybody that was here. Remember, if you haven't already, hit that like button for us. It really helps us out, helps with the algorithms, keeps getting us exposed. Just tell your friends about us, man. Any way you can share the channel with people so that we can get these subscribers. We're going to donate $1 to the St. Jude's Children's Foundation between when we started this, at the end of October through the entire month here of November up until December 1st. So you guys will be, you know, we'll go live when we do that donation, so everybody can see that we're actually going to do it. So that'll be real fun. So again, just tell people to subscribe to our channel, man. Don't even tell them. Who cares if you even tell them we're a fantasy football channel? Just tell them these guys are doing a great thing for the St. Jude Children's Foundation. All you have to do is hit a little button,
Subscribe.
and that's it. And we're gonna help out some kids. So really appreciate it, man. Again, Mike, on behalf of Frank, Dustin, all of us out here, all the ambassadors, everyone who makes this community go. We appreciate you, and good luck here coming up on Sunday. We'll see you Sunday morning, 8 a.m. I know Mike will be here. I'm going to do my best to get here, and we'll go from there, man. So, Mike, unless there's anything else you have to say.
No, just can't wait to see everybody on Sunday and, get ready for week 11.
There it is. And Tycoon saying accept his trade before I go watch Dexter. I might have to look at it a little bit, kind of sweat you out. Might run you all the way up to Sunday morning. So just hold strong.
There you go.
Like I said, I have that blockbuster trade. I got to work out with Awkward first, and then I'll get to your little Jeff Wilson trade. Unless you want to just wow me and make me accept it. You know what it'll take to get me to accept it right away. So, like I said, I already told you exactly what I wanted for it. So if I open it up and it is what it is, then I'll hit that accept button. If not, then we'll see. We'll work something out. No, I appreciate it, man. All right, dude. Anyway, we're out. For Mike, Rasta, Frank, Dustin, all of us here at Get Right, man. Again, we appreciate it. You gonna send us out, Mike?
Yeah, man. Let's go.
Let's do it, man. We're out, guys. Have a good one. Good luck. Week 11.